one of my biggest hit in Madrasapatnam, Pukal Pukum. I composed it like when I was on a bike. Suddenly, I remembered the script and then I thought of this line that Tana Dom Tana, it came to me. Then suddenly I'm like, Machan, please keep quiet. I'm just recording something. I took my voice note like, Tana Dom Tana.
When I became the music director, whatever at 23 with Salman Khan's Jai Ho, I didn't know nothing कि क्या चलेगा. Flop हुआ वो picture भी, गाना भी, and I was like written off कि not a chip of the old block and all of that.
Loca's music was definitely inspired by the story itself.
Like you used Kiliye and...
yeah, Kiliye and Loca was a licensed track.
See, I was fortunate to work with directors who took off the pressure, who let me do my work.
You seem like a very nice guy. I'll go with what the director...
Yeah, he's very sweet.
He's a darling.
Very sweet. I find him like Basil Joseph.
yeah. My director is going to somebody else. It's not about hating Anirudh. That's not it at all. Oh, my friend is going and playing with some other guy. You know,
That's why, I want to work with all new talents. That's why I'm working with Ken now.
Not just three of them, even I'm a very big A.R. Rahman fan. Of those words of Rahman sir's purity, music.
And musicians and composers should start realizing the power of music IP right now.
Ilayaraja has been fighting this battle single-handedly, saying that because there's been this is coming from my creativity, so it belongs to me.
Anurag Basu, Preetham, Mani Ratnam, Rahman, Aditya Dhar, Shashwat Sajdev. See what they've done. He is my generation on the Hindi side. He's like A.R. Rahman who came and changed the game.
Staying in one combination and then creating pressure and then delivering for pressure. Rather than that, suddenly work with a new talent, create a new combination and create some magic.
I usually don't get into such projects where I have this too much of pressure and I lose interest.
How Sai Abhyankar came on the scene in like right now, he just made his own tracks on YouTube, put them out on YouTube, and once they started racking up the views,
I try to give my 100% every time. But then whether it soars high or not depends on how the script is also.
Title sponsors Ramraj Mrutu Doubles. Mrutu Doubles from Ramraj. Super soft, super absorbent. Grand Royal Tours. We make sweet memories. Anuj Styles. Ragangal Palavidam. Ovondrum Ulagattaram. The Chennai Silks. Let the celebration begins. Presents Galatta Plus Music Directors Roundtable. Supported by Dr. Srivarma's PCR Maharaja Thailam. Bone and Joint Care. Milk Mist. Darling AC Tiruvizha. Indiavile miga kurainda maada thavanayil AC.
hello everyone, thank you for being here. Thank you Charan Raj, thank you Jakes Bijoy, thank you GV Prakash, thank you Amal Malik, and I want to thank GV Prakash because he's the guy who suggested let's have a music roundtable. And this has been happening for how long now?
2 years.
2 years. He's just like, sir, let's do a music roundtable, let's do a music roundtable. It's like finally it's happened. So thank you. And
where's the table?
Where's the table? There's no, see, you cannot get like, like too
It's not even round, I can see
yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's not round, it's not a table. It's like, it's just like, sometimes it's a metaphor for whatever it is. So, but I want to begin with like a very basic question. Like obviously, lots of influences in your lives, but what is the first song that you heard and you said, listen, there's something special about this art or this music or whatever it is. Like, you want to start, Charan?
Yeah, for me it was Roja, sir.
Roja.
Roja, yes.
Which song?
It was Chinna Chinna Ase, the first song I
Right.
heard too, and it changed so much in me.
Okay. In you?
Like how I looked, how I listened to the music.
Okay.
So it motivated me so much.
Okay. So you have a Carnatic music background.
Correct.
So that's pretty much till then. Roja was what, 91, 92?
92. Yeah. 92.
So it comes, and then this was pretty much the first time that you're re-looking at film music?
No, I used to listen to music, but this blew me away. The sound of Roja.
Right.
It changed our industry on this side also. The Hindi version changed everything.
So that was the defining song for you.
Correct. Yes.
I don't think there's one particular song. Sir.
I know, that's right.
I clearly cannot recollect, but I think my mom is the biggest trigger. I mean, she used to sing, she was like a radio in the house. She used to constantly sing. And I remember her singing songs from Manjil Virinja Pukal, from Fasil Sir's. That was some amazing compositions.
Meteorum.
Yeah, Meteorum and maybe those, and most of my mom's lullabies are probably the ones that influenced me. And of course, Rahman sir's entry and his influence was unparalleled. Just that my dad used to have a Technics audio set. And I remember you playing those songs of Rahman sir's back and could really see them working in its full capacity. And thus was Roja, Tirda Tirda and all that. But it's a combination of all these years of molding that's probably influenced that musical.
Yeah, this is just more like a curiosity question
Yeah.
because everybody has a spark that comes from somewhere,
Yeah.
right? G?
For me, and the first Bayangrama play on my album, I think it's Tal.
Tal.
Like, I used to play it like continuously. And at my school days, I used to play it like continuously in my, wherever I was, like play it. It was like one, it was on loop.
Any particular song in Tal?
Every song, sir.
Any particular song? For me, it's
I like the,
Oh, I love it. What a song. But yeah, he's right about the overall.
I know, but even within the favorites, there might be a one favorite.
for me, it was, Mere paas hai
Yes,
do.
yes, nice.
That's
song.
very something.
Yeah, that was my,
Musicians always start with the first line. हम लोग के लिए hook line important नहीं है. It becomes like that.
Yeah.
that one.
And for you?
So first of all, I would like to say that I'm really happy to be here and thankful that we have someone. I would not say in that way you look as sexy as 25, but an amazing senior musician. And so has work along with Ian Bijoy and Jakes Bijoy and GV. I think all the work that they have done has been inspiration to me even now. But if I was a baby, and I would say the first time that from my film music background that I come from as a family, what blew me away completely as melody was Jadoo Teri Nazar. I don't know how small I was, but I think Shiv Hari ji ka music tha, Anand Bakshi, I think lyrics. And I was like, this is proper commercial, what is already happening in my house, but something more purer I felt. Even though Annu Uncle Dad have beautiful melodies, I felt there is something, and I'm very big Shah Rukh Khan fan, so just, I was Totla, like if this, I used to say, Dadu Teli Najal, I would sing like that. And that song, there's a cassette recording my dad still converted and he plays. He's like, I remember I used to hold your tongue so you could say Jadu and not Dadu. That was the first influence of melody when it hit me. Soundscape with melody, with new age, not just three of them. Even I'm a very big A.R. Rahman fan. And I think it is Roja's Dil Hai Chota Sa, if I say the Hindi version, sorry, thoda the other names, original names I may not know, to bring reggae into a young girl's first time falling into love or whatever that frolic space, like Aaj Main Upar Asmaan Niche kind of space, but to I didn't expect it only, and I was blown at the bass line. That bass line understanding that a thick, powerful bass line is needed within all the rhythm was only A.R. Rahman sir. That bass sunai de raha gaane mein. I could first time hear that there is a bass. The Indian side, the music of the Hindi film industry. I would not say it like that because today we are all doing music for the Indian film industry and they are, I think, taking the mantle forward of Indian music on a bigger level. So at that point of time, when Dil Se Tum Dum Dum Dum, when that happened, was actually the understanding ki acha, everyone else is doing it like the pioneer of that soundscape was Anu Malik, Nadeem Sharan, Jatin Lalit, Anand Milin, and my research of the 90s began a 90s kid, and till a point Viju Shah. These were the top commercial guys, but Viju Shah again was the guy with the sound.
Right.
So I used to always gravitate to sound also because I liked gadgets, and first time at 15 then, after all this is done, was where Amar Mohile, who did the background score of Sarkar, is the first time I understood that music sittings, live and all mein nahi banta hai sirf music, it's also produced.
Right.
And this is, like, I knew there was Salim Sulaiman producing for Anu Malik and all, but I didn't know that, on a laptop this is happening. Okay, that's so cool. Okay, all these things were very new for me because we were just 20 people, guitar and sittings happening in that family. That's when I saw this man who I was grateful. He didn't think about my surname. Because of my surname, a lot of studios didn't give me a job as a recording engineer or anything. If they got to know I'm a Malik, they would remove me. Say he'll sell the tune to his uncle or his dad. I was like, no man, that's not me. So I told him also that my name is Amal. I never said Amal Malik. And he didn't care even when he got to know that I'm Dabu Malik's son or whatever, because he had produced music for my dad. He was actually angry. My first boss. He's like, why have you never told me this? But I was like, sir, I lost work and I wanted to learn this time anyhow. BGM was putting music to picture was my thing. I was a trailer expert. I used to do trailers for Rowdy Rathod and all later I would do in life. But this man, and when he did without lyrics Wala Dunya also, for me, it was always lyrics, Mukhada, Antara. And then when I saw the third step, and and these notes are happening. Sorry, I'm just taking a little long. I was like, bro, he just changed. Like Amit Ji's gravitas is there, but he's like more crazier. And what is happening? And what is this elastic and stylish and omnisphere and wow, these colors, logic. There's no logic only in this world. That's the most beautiful thing. It's being worked on logic, but can't make sense of a spaceship, just a studio. All these things were the reason that I became a musician. Right. And Western influences always Elton John, Hans Zimmer, Harry Gregson Williams. It's everyone. Indian side. And then when I became a composer, When I became when I became the music director, whatever at 23 with Salman Khan's Jai Ho, I didn't know nothing कि क्या चलेगा. Flop हुआ वो picture भी, गाना भी, and I was like written off कि not a chip of the old block and all of that. Then I understood that, and I was growing up a lot on Pritam's music as well. So Pritam, because his main chief music producer, I have done a lot of work for him, credited maybe in the end credits or some ghost work also for money because I needed it. But I learned the Pritam soundscape through my boss, Dhruvo Jyoti Phukan. His name is DJ Phukan. He's the main chief music producer at Pritam Sir Studio. And I understood that simplicity also is a key. So I understood that soundscape and melody, deep melody of and those words of Rahman Sir's purity, music. And to understanding a common man not being able to sometimes sing as beautiful and as touching a melody, but someone like ye duriyan, is music se bhi mujhe lagav hua. And so my music is completely influenced not just by my uncle and dad because that's just growing years, but A.R. Rahman, Pritam, Hans Zimmer, today Ben Bomber as a music producer, and somewhere me as a listener is this, and me as a human being, I just make music from my heart. I've written it from all my life. That's about it. I don't know many other influences.
That point he said about
Sorry for the long answer, guys.
No, that point he said about simplicity. You were talking about it with GV just before this. That's the most difficult thing. Can you just explain that?
Sorry, I
No,
missed it.
it's always easy to get the most set of complicated chord progressions, to make the common layman understand and enjoy that. That is very
Most important for a musician.
But do you think that is when you make music for a film? Let's say people outside the Kannada industry know you best for Saptasagarada Cello and for the work you've done with Godi Banna and all that kind of stuff. Inside, of course, there's all these films that you've done. Now, when you make a song, is your purpose mainly to say this common man should be able to hum the tune of the basic tune, or is it I want to also show what I'm capable of doing, because you have all this learning inside you, right? Because there's this learning, that learning, all that kind of stuff. How do one instinct is fighting against each other? How do you resolve that fight?
So my main intention is, to help the director in his narrative.
Right.
That is my main prime focus is that. And yes, all my musical learning, it's my preparation for that.
Okay.
So, but it's great to keep everything very simple because that is more effective for me.
Right. What is the most complex song that you've done?
Sir, I don't see it that way.
Okay.
Because it just flows. I don't know whether it is complicated or whether it is simple. It just flows.
Okay.
So, I try to keep it simple most of the time.
Okay. So we've had...
This is a problem that I have had, but we'll talk about it.
Yeah. So one of the biggest news-making things in recent times has been the retirement of Arijit Singh. And it's for those of us outside of from other places, the one thing that we were all thinking about is, it is sad, but the way the news is being covered is as if, nobody's...
It's an obituary.
Nobody is ever going to make music again.
Yeah, it's like an obituary.
Straight up. So, can one singer really dominate? Because the singer is the instrument through which your imagination reaches the public. Do you think that too much was made of it, or yeah, you can if you want.
Like school.
Yeah, you want to talk
So
about.
I was with him on call last night. He's singing a song, which I'm not going to state ki this is Arijit's last song, as people are trying to do that also with him.
Right.
2 years ago was the plan anyway for this man. I don't know if he would like it, but this is all that I know, that when we spoke, that he had enough in his heart with music, with singing. His passion was always to somehow make movies
Right.
and create, not sing. Never a reluctant singer. Seen him from the days of being Pritam Das' assistant while I was with Dhruv. We know about this man's journey from then, and even before from Fame Gurukul. So today celebrating it in a way that pop music's rebirth might happen. He's sitting with Anushka Shankar doing something that Zakir sir did, or some global, like Ranjit Baradwaj is also doing as a music producer on level. He is taking Indian music.
Did some great stuff with your uncle.
That's yes, terrific. That's what I'm saying. From cinema still, he is still going with John McLaughlin, Gary Husband, Zakir Hussain, all these people, and performing Blues Festival, all those things Ranjit Barot is doing. Zakir Hussain doing on a bigger level also, or equal. I don't know, this sir is no more, but obviously when it's like he's no more, you're trying to make that feel about the singer. No, film industry, especially Hindi film industry, is a trap. And Arijit doesn't want to be in the trap. And he missed the labels missed the boat, according to them. Sorry, I think his interview mein main hi zyada bolna lo. But they wanted to sign him. Mukesh Bhatt didn't let that happen. T-Series, Bhushan Kumar, obviously. But that is the modus operandi. And it works in the West also. There's nothing. Arman also was a T-Series signed artist. Vishal Mishra is. Jubin Nautiyal is. There are 10. Every label globally has. Universal, T-Series, Sony, everyone has in India. Now when a man who's reached a stature there without any politics, without calling any composer and saying, don't make him sing, make me sing, which happens, without saying that I don't know why people are making me sing, they're only making me sing, I don't want to do it. They're telling me Papon is not getting songs because of you, Sonu Nigam is not getting, KK is not getting. No, the man never did that. It's the industry, because they're seeing that he's the most followed on Spotify. Let's utilize and निचोड़ दो इसको. अब उसको निचोड़ा है already आपने 870 songs गाया है इंसान. His musicality is like, now on what basis should I choose? So my relationship is beyond the career, and we meet, speak, and he doesn't even, I have 11 numbers of him I can show you on the phone. He's not giving his number to even sometimes Pritam Da or Jeet Ganguly or anyone. My manager Morjo was his first stage manager, and we are friends. So Arijit just wants to do pure good music, doesn't care commercial hai, mere label pe hai, kahi aur hai, chala, nahi chala, he's beyond all that, doesn't put a story, doesn't promote anything. I have forced him to put these things and share the songs we have done. But he is Sufi in his nature, like I am, but we still even are looking this presentable. He doesn't care, he's on an Activa. I've also come on an Activa, so we relate on those things.
Right.
But the man is not looking for stardom, for success, for a 20 crore gig, doesn't want to be like, oh, is Diljit bigger, or I'm bigger, or is Vishal Mishra the new thing, or should I compete with Arman? None of this is happening in his head. What's happening is, I want to do good music, which even I feel. But on his level, if he doesn't take that stand, people do get redundant with the tonality of 800 songs influx coming because of a label, an actor, and this. People are reaching, like Amir Khan, with due respect, beautiful song with Ram Pampath, went to Jiaganj, right? Why? Maybe they need him. I'm glad that that is happening, that actors and everyone with their due respect are coming to where the singers. Ed Sheeran came to that village to do it. The man is showing that aapko mere se kaam karna, aap gaon aa jao. So to find me, you want to say call him God? You can. He is our generation, last 10 years ka generation. He is God's voice. A man wants to propose to his woman, imagining that it's coming like Arijit's voice. This is what my friends tell me. I wish I could sing Tumio like him to my girl. Finish. Then you can't change that. And where the women are already in love with that kind of romance and everything, he is getting bored. How much to sing Kabhi Jo Badal Barse aur main mar jaunga aur ye ho raha hai, wo ho raha hai. That's when he comes to sing a Suraj Duba hai. Or he'll sing a Dilli Wali Girlfriend. He wants to do those things. So when you're not getting to do, and then when you sing 10 songs also for composers who, in his mind, and I also parallelly see as a friend, I've been ungrateful to him. You make him sing the songs when he's unwell, even happens to my brother, and then replace the singers without telling him. Forget replacing Arman, you're replacing Arijit. He's number one in people's hearts. Forget charts. Arman is the young Justin Bieberish category. He's just growing into he's just turned 30, but he still looks wise caters to a 16-year-old. We don't have any singer greater than Sonu Nigam in this country. But Arijit after Binte Dil made me feel that, okay, there is someone come. Because you cannot sing Binte Dil Misriya like Arabic, those bends and all like that. Sonu Ji is the only one who could do it. But in our era, it's only him. And if he is getting that kind of work, is because how Sonu Nigam came in and took the Kumar Sanu, Udit Narayan mantle ahead. He's doing the same with them. But he's not trying to take anything. Neither did Sonu Ji. You have to time and tide waits for him. वो होता है. इस era में अब विशाल मिश्रा को प्यार मिल रहा है ना. अच्छा सिंगर है, अच्छा कंपोजर है. बट अरिजीत को इससे फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. बट इससे फर्क पड़ता है कि आप उसको रात को गवाओ, 3 दिन बीमार है, गा नहीं पा रहा, and he's still given you his take, and then without telling, sometimes maybe the voice does get replaced. There are songs of movies where newer singers, very talented boy like Varun Jain has sung, but that song was originally maybe sung by Arijit. It's all over the media. So short-changed artist feels not taking any money. The boys on the music side of Hindi, the singers don't get paid. No remuneration, no cancellation fees. We don't get money for scratches, everything. He is seeing our misery and getting more angry. He is seeing the common man's misery. He's like, I need money for my song to buy the next ambulance, the next hospital for people in my village, get Wi-Fi, put money in cars and to take people here and there. Every second kid in that village is now called Arijit. Naturally, they're calling him Arijit. The next born of their family, they're like, इसका नाम अरिजीत रखते हैं. क्यों? क्योंकि एक पूरे जियागंज मुर्शिदाबाद को उसने अपना घर माना and making it like a Mumbai, or like not the roads, but he's making it like a metropolitan setup for them. So a man who wants to do that as the flag bearer of Indian original romantic heartbreak music, but has the capability to do Binte Dil Suraj Dubai, needs peace, needs good sleep, needs to do his tours when his voice allows him. That also is reducing. My voice nahi allow karta. I know this sounds angsty, but this is a friend who's talking for a friend. भाड़ में जा यार, आपकी जान चली जाएगी. कल उन लोग बोलेंगे कौन थे अरिजीत सिंह, कौन था अमल मलिक. They are ruthless. The labels, actors, anyone, अपना benefit है. So artist, if he doesn't pull back, today he's pulled back 10 songs in the top 50. Now the people are saying he did it so that his songs now start trending again because they feel he's not given a hit in 3-4 years. People will make anything about the man's life.
News about anything.
Yes, कि now he's retired. So now top 50 में उसके 4 गाने अपने आप आ गए. अरे he's not calling Spotify and saying give me placement or banners like we all are. No, he doesn't care. It's all happening organically for him on a lesser number. If you compare a Bollywood star today to an indie artist, Bollywood stars के numbers बढ़े हैं बस. उनको प्यार वैसा नहीं मिलता on face value. उसको वो चलेगा तो उसको अब पहचानते लोग. वो सब चीज़ों से भी वो shy है. So when an artist is only extroverted with certain friends and he's always an introvert, internalizing, feeling, he will take this stand and he's not died. You have treated it like the man died. Film music के लिए नहीं गाऊंगा और वो भी बिना पैसों के और ये सब चीजें हैं because he wants to help with that money.
Right.
And people don't remunerate my brother and us, anyone. They don't pay singers. They don't pay us what they'll give someone who's come and given to us also. They don't pay the people who do 1 year of mehnat and last minute you see the song is not lip sync. So tomorrow another composer can see the video, make a new song and release it. That's happening to the biggest singer of a country of this era. तो वो क्यों गाएगा सर? बोलेगा आप कर लो. अगर अच्छा उनका नहीं लगा तो I'm there. But if you try me, wake me up from my sleep, any singer, and you tell him रात को गा दो और फिर बाद में बदलो, so they feel shortchanged, anyone feels shortchanged. So doesn't want to fall into the label politics, wants to stay his own ground and do pure music. Now if he's sitting with Anushka Shankar, then he's taken the mantle of Indian music global with music. Film word हट गया तो क्या artist नहीं है? That's unfair.
But taking the same thing.
You can please edit everything. I just say it. Don't keep it if you don't want
so
to. Because I don't want to ever look like I have taken anything
I'm
from
actually taking
these
a
three
point.
sirs. Please request.
Yeah.
If you don't like what I'm saying anywhere, please up card them.
No, I'll just go to them right now.
I'll just go to the washroom.
The same logic, when you look at Malayalam, there was a point where you could not imagine a song without Yeshudas. Like he used to sing maybe 3-4 songs a day. Same SPB, there are certain voices they like, and then later Manu and all these people. Do you think it's just an attitude or an internal thing that makes certain singers say they want to keep continuing or whatever it is, and then certain other playing, or do these price politics, label politics, and things like that come in the southern industries as well?
I just want to add to what Amal said. See, the big picture point of the whole Arijit Singh thing, what I felt was it's actually pretty empowering to the non-film music industry, right? And musicians and composers should start realizing the power of music IP right now.
Yeah.
Like beyond all, labels will do what the labels has to do. That's their job. That they have to hire the best composers. They have to get the label. They have to get the numbers. That's how they survive. Now, how do you not fall for that? Is to have musicians empower, take the power of their own catalog. Now they can leverage the brand that they've built. Now, how do you build a catalog? That's happening. GV is doing it, Anil is doing it, so many of us. We started to promote other music as well.
Right.
I mean, what is the longevity of a composer, right? Like probably in the West, since people score, like John Williams scores, Morricone scores. So it's a score that takes them then, at the end of it, I believe that movie is all about storytelling, right? And in Malayalam, I think we're sort of getting there. Because songs, yeah, there is a need. Of course, if you have a promo song in a movie, the promo song has to reach. But the rest of the songs, I don't have any pressure that it has to like hit the numbers, or the labels don't tell me anything. Like I have to aid the storytelling.
Right.
At the core of everything, cinema is all about communicating that story, right? So the composer's job is to get the emotional arc.
Right.
The song, somehow in Indian movies, it's just like it has come and we've been living with it, but it's slowly taking that turn.
Right.
Right? So musicians right now, I feel like what Arijit did, I don't know all respect to him for taking the decision that he's done, but it is time to leverage the fame and then be part of a bigger revolution. Bring in, like, why do we not have a Grammy, and who is more popular in the West? Like a DiCaprio or a Justin Bieber or a Taylor Swift. Like, I'm just saying, I'm not comparing any of their merits.
Oh, so true.
Because there is a system that follows. There is proper royalties. How many composers know what is the revenue stream on a song?
Right.
A song has a master, has a publishing revenue, and then how does it get all? We don't know. Because traditionally we just get a fee, we take that fee and go home. And then finally there is IPRS who's saying, okay, we've collected some revenues.
Publishing share only anyway.
Yeah, but there is PRS, IPRS. How do we get the ownership of our own masters? That is the core, right? So then you make your own catalog. You talk to the labels, collaborate with them, be in a JV. Go talk to the artists. There are actors who can, you've worked with them for so long. So I'm saying that empower the music industry on the side. That's what Arijit has done, I think. And we should all take power of that music IP and the power of catalog that's our future earnings, right? We are all here to save something, be financially independent as well.
It is your profession.
So we cannot crib and say, okay, the system is doing that, how do we fight the system in a very creative, in our own way?
Yeah.
That's, I think,
this is what I need to learn.
Yeah.
But GV, this battle has been, I think Ilayaraja has been fighting this battle single-handedly, saying that because there's been this controversy whether who does the song belong to? As in, that one side says because the producer pays for everything in a movie, ideally the just like an actor takes the fee and goes away, a composer should take the fee, and that's the music belongs to the producer. But Ilayaraja's claim, and there is merit in that as well, is that this is coming from my creativity, so it belongs to me. Where do you, like, I'm not asking you to take a stand so much, but how do you see this issue?
Maybe I don't know if it's possible, lease it out for a particular time.
Yeah.
Or maybe
That's also
till the revenue is recovered by the producer. Say, okay, this is one value you have got it for. And I've
Give
been
me numbers.
paid
Let's
to
say,
do this
give
work.
me numbers. Let's say a producer pays 100 rupees to a singer,
Yeah.
a composer.
A composer. And a composer sings and, performs and does a song. So let the work be popular, earn for the film for a particular time period, say a number of years.
Till it earns back the 100?
Maybe, yeah.
Or 200, let's say.
Okay,
like,
a profit, like a reasonable profit. After that, maybe after 3-4 years or 5 years, maybe the tune should belong to the composer.
Okay.
This is something Rahman sir has done previously in Hindi films.
Well, I think,
Maybe something
I think
like
when
that.
GV is talking about it, it's different kind of models. Like, you're paying a sum of money, the producer is being, the composer gets a sum of money, and the label is, GV, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe the rights, instead of a remuneration, you're saying, okay, give me the audio rights of the movie, right? And then you talk to the label saying, okay, I can lease this out to you for 5 years.
Right.
I'm not paying it. Maybe I'll get a sync licensing fee from that model is being applied. A sync licensing fee from the producer saying, okay, you can use my songs because, so you should understand, unless if you're paid and you sign off all your rights, the song belongs to you. The copyright, the ownership, the recording rights, everything is a composer's. But the moment you sign that paper saying you're giving up all ownership, even then you get the publishing from IPRS.
Right.
But if you say, okay, I'm not willing to give up my rights, I'm going to do this free of cost to you. But you have to give me the rights of the movie, right? And then you talk to the label, that's what he's saying, and saying you put a specific amount of money on it. And say, until you recover, you can use the catalog, but it will be in my name. It will be in G.V. Prakash's name. But you can, right?
Yeah, this is one
One of
a model.
Yeah.
One of a model. Maybe work out models, and finally, some classics comes back to the composer.
Yeah.
Like after it does the job
Yeah.
of what it has to for the label and the producer.
Right. Okay. So I'm going to ask you this. It's like, because let's say we are working in a software company and I'm the boss / producer and you are the person working for me, right? I'm paying you X amount of money per like whatever, and you are developing these products for me, right? Software products. One app does very well, one app does okay, whatever it is. I can argue that, listen, I'm hiring you, giving you a monthly salary, saying that these are things that you're doing for me. So you have the safety of, regardless of how your song performs or how your product performs, you are guaranteed that is the job that you're doing. So again, I'm playing devil's advocate just to kind of get your point of view about like, how you see this.
Yeah, that's true, sir. But also in this, when it comes to film music, it's a little complicated. That
I want to explain that. Yeah.
yes, see, the song might work because of various factors.
Because it's in a movie.
It's in a
Correct.
So it's complicated there. But yes, I agree with GV, because we have to devise a model for that. Like lease out till the producer recovers the whole money. Then it, the tune goes to the composer.
Yeah.
So we have to devise a right model.
Tune as in?
The master.
The
master rights, yeah.
On like
So the creation, the tune, the idea, that belongs to the
composer.
So
That
it's
is
a
the
very, very
toughest
complicated
thing to crack.
legal
Yeah.
system. That is
have you boys debuted on the Hindi side already? You have. And you have also.
Yeah.
And,
I am.
But have you all worked directly with Hindi producers? You worked with producers and then the film has become.
You worked with Anurag.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
worked
I
on a
worked
lot of
with
them.
him.
Yeah, so that's a different league altogether. That's someone who understands
Yeah.
the vision. You need one person to believe. Whether your maker stands with you and tells the label, this also happens. That's where you need a support of a maker, which is very beautiful, and association. That
I was thinking of it like the theatrical thing only. Like, see, you make a film, you sell it out for MG. MG is like one minimum amount.
MG.
Yeah, and then it crosses one particular amount, then you
start
share
sharing.
the.
Yeah, so on the Hindi
share.
side, the actors are doing that, right? That film banayegi profit, so we will make some money. They're doing that so that the film doesn't get into a fee structure, they lose money.
Right.
Like Akshay Kumar takes 65 crores ki jagah pe, he'll be like, I won't take. And let it break even or reach a point and then you give me.
Yeah.
Composers also should or can do that, because as he is saying, there's a Ranbir Kapoor just made maybe a Suraj Dubai hit, which is fully possible. Without Jacqueline and Ranbir, maybe the song wouldn't be Suraj Dubai. It would be maybe some other hit song. But it matters. They are investing. They're putting TV promos, ads, money on Reels, YouTube, all this. So they are like, we own it. We are going to accrue from this.
Right.
But his idea of the licensing is something that happened in 1 or 2 movies also.
No, it's happening big time in the south right now.
Yeah, so on this side, only that wherever on Hindi, sorry I keep saying this, but because it is a very stark difference of working. Not as an industry, now we're all one, but the workings are very different on Hindi. It's a strict line which, unless you are a super established and loved, beautiful composers like they are from the south, if a new rank kid tries to come in here and tries to put anything and doesn't have the support of his maker or the producer, label, if I also suggest after whatever little I've achieved, if I just say lease karo, they're like, इसको निकालो यार pictures से क्या बोल
It happens, but it's that leverage
कौन
that
है ये इसकी औकात क्या है टाइप्स हो जाता है इधर नहीं चलता है
it's a relationship you have with if the composer wants you and you say, okay, I don't want to be paid for this.
Right.
I mean, the producers, I've worked on a few projects like that. Yeah. I remember Officer on Duty, I didn't get paid for it, but it was more of it was a collaborative, I could take the rights and then do what I want, whether I could sell it or put it on my channel. I was given full freedom. So it also depends on how much the director wants you and what is your leverage with the label.
Right.
Like, what can you tell the label? Will the label be convinced that they still want like they are ready to come with you on any assignment, on revenue sharing or outright buy or licensing that he said? It can all be worked. But my bigger point was, we shouldn't just be dependent on film music alone. That's what I mean. We should, there, because Tamil is booming with a lot of independent stuff. Malayalam is always there. And now it's in the Malayalam hip hop scene, it's like almost mainstream. Malayalam hip hop scene, like the charts are all, and we're proud. And we always, it's cross call. I always see that in going forward, we'll be licensing songs from these artists for the movies. And we'll end up being just background score composers, which is
like you did, like you used Kiliye Kiliye and
Kiliye Kiliye and Loca was a licensed track.
Yeah.
And it worked so beautifully well.
Liberace right now, this is licensed from Fasla or whatever.
That's what I think in Hollywood too. That's exactly what's happening.
That's because it's so right, because the artist didn't give in also, right? You know, like Shashwat has done the rest of the songs of the film. One song comes out from, I think, wherever the artist is, a Nigerian or somewhere from the UAE, but that song was licensed. They didn't buy out the master. That song has been licensed for a phase, for a period to Saregama and the production. Now, Dhurandhar 2 is, I think, on T-Series. It's not even on Saregama. But that song, if it has to go into that film, if it had sold it and Saregama had bought it, then Saregama would have to sell it to T-Series for it to be used again if it does be used. So these things, say, complication karne se acha, what did the artist think? I'll license it. You relicense it if you want it. We'll pay both, and both labels can work and use the song for a film which has part 1 on one label, part 2 on the other. Licensing makes it so easy. So right about syncing, license. I think I just got an idea seeing us four like this. We should do a workshop of how to be an artist. How to ask for a right.
This is turning out to be
we don't want to like belittle all our. I mean, music composition is the song. It's like the core of any movies, and all that is there. But I'm just saying, we shouldn't just be depending on that. We should musicians and composers should leverage their catalog on their own. That's my point.
And Jake, so I love that point that you make, because you have the fact that we have independent musicians, and many of them have wonderful lives on YouTube, which is not reflecting on screen, right? It's like you look at how Sai Abhyankar came on the scene in like right now. He just made his own tracks on YouTube, put them out on YouTube, and once they started racking up the views, now he's entering. So there are many things to like consider here. But okay, let's take a more peaceful question, which is like Charan Raj, I read an interview of yours where you said that all you need to compose music is the four walls. You just need to be confined in a room, and that's all you need to make music, because solitude is the best companion for a musician. I'm kind of rewording what you said a bit, but this was asked you during COVID time, and that's what you said, right? But there are many other composers who travel to say like, okay, listen, I've been in Kochi for so long, or I've been in Chennai for so long, I've been in Mumbai so long, I just need to kind of see some other place and just get a vibe or something like that. Can you give me examples of?
No, actually, that was a time. That was a time.
Right. But
I think we need to absorb a lot of life.
Yeah. So can you give me an example, each of your like some time where you stepped out of the country, or or even and then you just came back with this something fresh for a song? Can you just talk about that?
Actually, for a composer, the spark, you don't know where it comes.
Right.
Like one of my biggest hit in Madrasapatnam, Pukal Pukum, I composed it like when I was on a bike.
Okay.
I was traveling with my friend. I was at the back of him, and then we were driving in the bike, and suddenly I remembered the script, and then I thought of this line that Tana Domtana, it came to me. Then suddenly I'm like, Machan, please keep quiet. I'm just recording something. I took my voice note like, Tana Domtana, I sang that, and then like, Tana Sajana, oh Sajana. I recorded, I kept it, then went back home, went to my piano, then made another voice clip. Then I called my director, I played him this song. Then he said, there is no situation in this film. I said, make a situation, bro. This is a beautiful song.
This is a fight.
Yeah. And then he made a situation out of it. And it went off to be my biggest ever hit in my career. So I was on a bike when I did that.
Okay.
I agree with him. I mean,
but has there been an example of you going?
one of my songs in Ranam, it's a Ranam title track. I think the director called me and I was on a car. I was listening to some kind of synthwave, and I just hummed on top of it. And And that happened to, came back to the studio again, worked around it. And I feel it's the spontaneity, it's that mood you have to, I agree with him saying that you have to be alone in some kind of way. You can be with people around you, but you need that space on your head.
Yeah.
Just find that, that individual space where you can just jam along in your head with what is there. And that spontaneity could be in the car, it could be at home, it could be. And I also feel that once you're in the studio for too long, I mean, you just take a break outside, go to your hometown. All those mood changes can inspire you because you're out from your mundane thinking, and then suddenly something bright comes up. And always I keep those voice notes like what you did, and they become themes and they become ideas later.
One of my favorite examples is that apparently when Mozart was little,
Yeah.
his father took him around Italy too because he was a prodigy, a child prodigy, and he took him around to sing and all that and was play
Play the violin.
And he was so like the main thing he observed was Italian opera. And then he came back and wrote all those great operas that he did. So that was like had he not traveled, maybe a lot of his stuff might not have happened. So I was just wondering if something
It's like what you grasp and then what goes in your mind, and there's one spark. You don't know what. It could be one painting, it could be anything. It could be like, four voices talking here and suddenly you find notes out of it. So it's like,
You have to find a way to declutter your mind. I think that's what. If you're too occupied, of course, nothing.
Right. But how you, even as recently as maybe yesterday or the day before, you're on social media, you're replying to a tweet that somebody's calling.
अच्छा question नहीं लिया.
No. I'm actually coming to that. See, because it's like, somebody's saying that you use a lot of bots, and then you're saying, no, that's not the case. When you need all your mental energy to create music, how does it, doesn't it disturb you to kind of
You give it back.
why even engage?
So there are different kinds of human beings in the world, as you know. I have one in my own house, my brother, so you can see the chalk and cheese difference. His funda in life is scroll the troll, let it go.
Yeah.
Mine is troll the troll. You got to know who you messed with.
Okay.
So it works. It's never put me into a dark space unless, and I have actually picked on many big stars fans or some things about anything that where it gets to my mother, where they try to morph pictures, or if they threaten my female fans, or if they speak badly to the girls in my fandom, or try to give all these, ganda Twitter audience. I know it can be like you throw a stone in a shit thing and it's going to fly back. But if I don't say it, I don't get good sleep about things in life, whether it's to the biggest label.
So it's more like getting it out of your system.
Yeah, fully. It's healing me. It's therapeutic. I'm talking to someone who thinks he can sit on a chota recharge and say anything to anyone. Great. Not 20 tweets, but one which was not necessarily did that to someone. Some kid has messaged. My fan clubs are very integrated, that they are doing this to a certain group of kids who are 12, 15, 14. It's not just 40-year-olds, 25-year-olds or 70-year-olds who are listening to our music. The newer kids also coming in. वो छोटे बच्चे हैं, reality show करने की वजह से, और kids have even under 18 who are not supposed to see are seeing it. We can't stop content in this country. There's not that much beautiful parental control. They're seeing it, they're becoming fans, they want to know more about you. And किसी ने इतना भी बोल दिया तो we will destroy for Amal. That I keep control on. I don't let them become, I said, if I need you, I will talk. I'm enough for myself. So I like, you all don't mudsling, because then it becomes even bigger. I'm instigating because people have narratives. I'm telling the fandom, oh, put this tweet, do that. I said, I will show, let Papa speak, then बच्चे बात करेंगे. हम भी अपने घर में मेरे पापा बोलते हैं, फिर हम बात करते हैं. So, but coming to the question of creativity, which I wanted to answer, but you took me to the trolls.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think even his thing is wrong in a thinking, because initially, I would want to say, I'll keep it short, guys. Sorry, I'm so sorry. But the thing, initially, you do need 4 walls. And in those 4 walls, you discover who the hell you are. It's very, very, very important. मैं कौन हूँ भाई? Who am I? And Tannul Tintawa is one thing my mummy used to say. Tannul Tintawa, Annan Tintawa, Gaddi Tintawa. She used to say that. Which means, खाना खाएगा कि घास खाएगा जिंदगी में? Music ही करते रहता है. Where she comes from the lawyer background, this, that. She doesn't listen to a master till it's released. She's like, final mix. She's मेरे घर की भूषण कुमार. So she is like, मेरे को scratch नहीं सुनना है. So when you have these kind of things in your life and you're going to rebel against a mother's thought process, follow the father's dream, all of those things, those emotions, that understanding that my uncle has seen the might. My father needs me to step up for him at this point as the son who has the DNA to make good music. So all that chaos, all the experience, the breakups, the friendships, this, that, everything comes to you in that room at night, mainly for me. And because I'm a Rahman fan and I've heard that he also works in the night, puts a candle. हम लोग नहीं लगाते क्योंकि मेरा दोस्त आके उससे सिगरेट जला लेगा. तो हम लोग ऐसे दोस्त हैं हमारे. But it's pious, it's pure, it's night time when you're alone. 6 p.m. onwards to 6 a.m. is when I work. That is the time, that is the godly hours in the night where unholy things may happen, but a musician finds his own. अगर वो हो रहा है 4 दियारे में तो आप वहाँ रहो. नहीं हो रहा after a point, you have to get out. Travel brings new chord progressions, new melodies. Your guitar tuning changes. Hearing someone, like we had gone with friends to a place called Cadaqués in Spain. Just check it out whenever. Small beach, beachy, small island. I heard Kargaichul play in a bar there. And I called Badshah and Azim, who was the music supervisor. First song music supervised in this country was Kargaichul. That category came. And I said, we are here. That's insane. What is happening? Okay, done. Project achieved. Let's learn the music of the place. So someone with like those wearing those Mexican hats and playing all those beautiful compositions, playing the flamenco. You made a Spanish tune. The words were Hindi. You don't know what travel can touch, which part of your soul and bring what out. I made Be Sabariya from MS Dhoni. People think Kaun Tujhe is the main song. It was this song that got me the whole film. That happened in a Himachal trip. I was trekking. I called Neeraj Pandey and said, sir, in the mountains, this arrived into my heart. Please check it out. He said, beta, this is the film. And now I've never worked with a solo composer of your age. And this industry doesn't want solo albums. So I'm still going to play my bet on you and give it to you. And the people who were in contention for that project, that travel only saved me. That 2 songs, that and Jab Tak happened. I said, I need to get out because I am seeing the film was approached to Rahman's and Pritam. I was like, what will I do? I'm nothing, not nail also in front of them. How will I achieve this? MS Dhoni, but it's one composer, one lyric writer, one music director, and a label who has an intent. On the commercial side of it, creativity तो एक कमरे में कहीं भी आपको आ सकती है. I like to travel and be outside my house. So the studio room is where I go last. My terrace का झूला is where the song comes. The hall has a piano where the chords are figured. In the studio, you figure whether it's in my scale enough to sing the scratch. And the studio room depresses me. I'm like, oh God, the song's getting over here. I don't want to be here. That feeling also I don't like. It's getting over. So I think music can come to anywhere.
And yeah, when you do a film and you're asked to do the score, the songs are by somebody else, because ideally down the years what's happened is there's been one music director and they did the score and they did the songs. There have been some films where you've done, I'm not talking about films like Portal where there are no songs at all and it's only the score, but there have been some films where somebody else has done the songs and you've done the score. Like the older composers, do you like this sense of I want to own the whole film, or you're okay with?
I prefer owning the full thing. Right. Unless I work with those composers are okay with, because it's very important to design the DNA of the film. Right. Like what is the theme? What is the motive? Like what is the emotional arc of what does the director want to say? Right. Because the scoring is all about an invisible storytelling. It's a screenplay of the, of the emotional that people don't feel. So it's very important. I get to fill those things that the writer is not able to fill. I need to get to know the script. I read the script. I have multiple sessions with them. And then the beauty and the pain is to find that motive or the theme or the palette that I use for the film. And then it's like, okay, then it's a compositional spree. Once you understand that's like understanding the story of the film, right? You have a theme, and those themes are like the characters of the movie. They evolve with the character. They go through the pain when the character is sad. They go through an elevation when he's massy. So if I have another person who has his own vision for the film, sometimes then I'll have to find a way to, technically we can, okay, if he's in a different key, I can always blend there and all, but I'm just saying the soul of the movie, it's always better if it's in the hands of one person, else it's curated very well by the director or the music editor. That is very important, right? So I believe the director needs to be the sole owner in terms of the vision, trusting me with music, not interfering too much. That's a very important thing. So if you give me too many references and you're not happy with what I'm coming up with, then what's the point? I'm just merely mimicking your ignorance, I would say. But whereas if you enable me and empower me with your vision and inspire me to be a part of the story, that's when magic will happen. I think most of the scoring people will agree with me on that. Like how important it is to have a connection with the director and have a ownership of the film. Not because I want all parts of the the goodness that comes out of it.
Yeah.
It's just that it's more creatively satisfying. It will have a better impact on the final product. Yeah.
GB, would if a director who's a friend or a producer who's a friend comes and says, "Listen, boss, I have this movie. The songs have come out well, but I'm not happy with the score. Can you just do the score for me?" What?
I've done it only once for Anurag Kashyap. Like, you know, I was a huge fan of Dev D and yeah. So then I had played him Ayatluran music that time, you know, that celebration of life thing to him. Then he heard, he was like, "Wow, it's amazing. You know what? I'm doing a film, but I've finished the songs, but I haven't touched the background score yet. Can you do it?" I was like, "Sir, I've not done anything like this. I've always done the whole film, but I'm your fan. I would like to do it for you." So that's how I did Gangs of Wasseypur 1 and 2 backgrounds.
What background?
But otherwise, you would not do it.
No, I would like to start from scratch, you know. Suddenly, you know, like half through, you get one project.
But today, somebody comes and says, let's say, I'm not talking about fan, not a fan. That was a one-off, and that was also a little earlier in your career. Now, if somebody comes to you and says, songs by somebody else, scored by somebody else, would that interest you?
It will interest me only if I'm like super excited about the script. Like, wow, what a project! I hope I'm part of this. Not in terms of star cast, in terms of soundscape or vision. You know, like something very exciting. If something like that is going to happen, then yeah. But not just for mere friendship, or not just for mere like, oh, okay, it's a big cast. Okay, there is a huge director. Not like that. I'm not going to do that.
For you, when the Kannada industry, I think among all the industries, the Kannada industry makes the fewest number of films. And of course, of late, it's had a huge, you know, because of the big hits, you know, KGF, Kantara, and all these films and all that. But on an average, do you find that there is enough composing opportunities?
Yes, actually now it's a very good time in Kannada industry. There are like a lot of young minds coming with really good ideas, good vision, and we can see it slowly. Okay. For me, I fortunately I am working with really good directors, sir, who push me and who let me experiment. And I feel it's a very good time in the Kannada industry.
Has that thing happened to you with Jake sir, which is like somebody plays a track and says, "I want something like this"?
Yeah, definitely. Most of the time.
Most of the time?
I get the.
What do you do then?
Because, you know, the core emotion I definitely absorb because the director has, you know, resonated with that. So I absorb that and try to create my own. I interpret it
in your way. Yes. Do you think you'll be able to mention a song that happened that way?
So there are so many instances. It usually happens that way because when you score or when they write or when they edit, they definitely take a good piece of music and put it there. You know, that helps them to get a good rhythm, and so that often happens.
You seem like a very nice guy. I'll go with what the director.
He's very
sweet.
Very sweet. I find him like Basil Joseph.
yeah. Like you know, okay.
That actor, no, Malayalam. He's very sweet.
But in Bollywood, the sense of over the years, the sense of ownership of an album has really
Vanished.
When we've reached a stage where, because if you just go to the Amal Malik, there are some, of course, like Jai Ho, there are some albums that belong to you, but otherwise it's all songs and stuff like that. I'm not saying that, of course, the songs are hits, all that is there, but what do you feel about this fact that one person does not get the whole album to score or to make a song
We are a very label-dominated industry. Right now, musically, film music is completely dominated by labels who are producers, not just labels anymore. And directors, apart from the 5-10, like Anurag sir's league, Kabir Khan, all those guys have complete say कि मैं इसके साथ काम करूँगा पूरी picture. Like an Ali Abbas works with the Vishal Shekhar fully, or like Kabir Khan works with them, Sultan ho या जितने Tiger ho. You get the whole score. Then comes an actor, either he's as big as a Salman Khan, who likes the music, suddenly feels it's not somewhere having the Salman Khan element, so brings a song like Mashallah, Mashallah that Sajid Wajid did in a Sohail Sen movie, the first Tiger. So those factors also come into play. But the younger actors also doing it now, whether it's Karthik, whether it's Varun, they have their suggestions, they have their ideas. On the Hindi side, when I did Prabhas's film, Radhe Shyam, the original music was by someone as talented and beautiful as Justin Prabhakaran. They didn't want his music. It was so difficult for us to even step in. They said, we want commercial music. I don't know what that term only is. I just know good music or it didn't connect. Simple. There's no bad, no music trying to make it
Justin has had some massive success.
Imagine.
He's one of the most commercially
Can you imagine? This is what
Yeah.
I'm saying. The truth is very important for people to know. Someone like Justin Prabhakaran, sweetheart, great human being, great work. Forget even human beings not matter in our industry. Work matters. So, this may sound like the most angsty interview because this is East versus West Coast जैसा difference. Because we on our side are not music directors today. We are music producers. The music directors and composers are the labels. Understand the dynamic now. The labels are our music composers on the Hindi film side, apart from Apritam, Vishal Shekhar, Rahman, or Shankar Ehsaan Loy. It ends there. Maybe somewhere Sachin Jigar, last few, or Amit Trivedi, who get that because they're seniors. Even someone like Mithun, maybe, because a few years. I feel on an integrity level, Mithun and I, on the Hindi side, are bearing the flag of original music very high. And we fight with labels to do great work. But it's a fight always for good and bad. The same label sometimes can come up. They wanted to do Ami Je Tomar is a song that I did, which is a Pritam song recreated, with due credit to him.
They wanted you to do
Wanted
that.
me to do it because no one else wanted to touch it. Pritam himself was busy. And he didn't want to do it. And such an iconic song, Arijit Singh, Ami Je Tomar. I said, I do not recreate music. My conditions in the last 6 years, why about the solo thing, if you're asking, has been first, we have bigger problems of recreations here. First, I had to say no to doing Ashik Banaya Ka remix because I come from a legacy. I don't want to touch Himesh's song. And he can call my father and say, why did your son do this? It's very easy to do that. It's reverse nepotism for me. I get screwed for it. And on the other side, you're going to say that if you don't do this, you're going to be vanquished from the industry. Actors say it. Sometimes choreographers on our side say it. Labels also say it to us. So, and labels have 4 supervisors also say, if you don't listen, and it's not one label, it's everyone. It just looks that it is a T-series or a Bhushan Kumar or whatever, because I've had 95 songs there, but there are 50 songs that I said no, which I've said, okay, if you want to do recreation, you can take Tanishq. He's terrific at doing, not that he doesn't do great original, he's going to do a good Aankh Mare. But if he doesn't, as a person, have the intent to say no to a Masakali, that's on him. So I have that intent. He's a great musician, but if he cannot say no to Bhushan Kumar, that I will not touch Masakali, which Rahman sir beautifully replied in the most respectful way, then that's on the musician. You will have less work, you will go through things, focus more on shows and independent because you have to. And because you don't want to do impure work. My legacy comes from 1951. The film industry doesn't matter to me anymore. They have already killed it. My grandfather, Sardar Malik, 1951. Annu Malik debuts in 1977. Gets stardom in 92. My father comes in 2001, is out by 2004 by the time Pritam arrives. So they have already done some great work. I have to take the mantle forward. So the legacy and the respect of my dead grandfather matters more than doing this film with that hero, itna paisa, ye nahi hai. My condition was, if I do one song in your film, the recreation should make sense with the subject, which is if Ami Je Tomar, if it's not in Bhool Bhulaiya in some other film, doesn't make sense to me. It's part of the film, it's always going to be recreated. Title song, Bhool Bhulaiya, Tang 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 will happen, and this will happen. But I, as a musician, will make my space and make Bhola Bhala Tha, which is my 12-line melody on a Pritam hook. I don't want to put my name on an existing, legendary, new, any composer's work without duly crediting or making a substantial piece of music which says that this is why Amal Malik is on this song. Firstly, so solo soundtrack happens only and only if you have a director like Neeraj Pandey, example. Toughest film for me because of Rahman Pritam are already in talks for it. I'm not even in it. When you sign it and you're doing the whole film, there is no contract yet. First, it's only when a director of that stature comes in, tells a label or Fox Star Studio, that this boy is on, sign him. We don't even get contracts to sign on the Hindi side of music. And when you sign the film and you make the 7 songs, they have come from 27 songs, 3 months, in a T-Series office building only, because they are the label and they are together. Bhushan Kumar never interfered, never said a word. He would only come and say, I like it or I don't like it. And even with the big guys, it's the people around that create a lot of chaos also. You know, the blame goes to the names, but there are people around the bigger guys also who want that feeling ki I am the Bhushan
Controlling
Kumar, or
this,
I am
yeah.
Salman Khan, or I am Akshay Kumar. The people who work for them, the managers, the artists, all of them are trying to have a say on music. When we did Radhe Sham, I gave 16 options in which the choreographer of the film also had to say that the music section is not nice. Can you remove the violin? I don't want to name him or her. 16 options to a man's album who I respect, love, and I'm saying, I'm sorry, I want to tell him that I didn't take your album. They put my song. I gave it as a bank. Then they said, this is the song that they're already shooting on because we want to do a Hindi album. We don't want the Telugu album to be rewritten. So Mithun, me, we're all wrong here if you say on an ethical way. Mithun, me, Manan Bharadwaj, we did the Hindi score. And we did some stupendous music. He did some stupendous music. And you had to just merge it and Hindi poster, Telugu poster, two different composers, public confused, all the music super flop. His great work also died because we confused the album with, what are you doing? You believe in one man? As Jake said, the director has to believe in the man.
It's a clear example of what
If
the lack of ownership, I think.
If director can sit with me, Neeraj Pandey, because my biggest success only I can talk about, that's my only solo film. After that was Saina, which tanked. But Amol Gupta also gave me the same thing. There was 5 lakh rupees per song for Amol Gupta's movie. 5 lakhs. My lyrics cost was 3 lakhs. But I did all 5 songs, took that 25 lakhs, paid 20 lakhs to the Macedonia Orchestra and got them on board. Finished the score, didn't get nominated anywhere, doesn't matter, but that got me a video game somewhere in LA tomorrow to score. You don't know what's happening with music. So, and I did get a Filmfare nomination for the score. Songs didn't reach because the label at that time had invested too much money. The heroine had changed. Kuch ho gaya tha. Shraddha left, Pariniti came. Forget that. Dhoni, 27 gaane, sir. 3 months, 3 people only. One good writer, Manoj Muntashir, gave his life, kept writing, kept writing. One boy like me kept composing. One director who I was stupid enough to ask, you know how you say reference tracks? I told him, I said, sir, any reference? So he looked at me, what? I said, no, like, I got flummoxed. Like, there's a YouTube link, people said, no, like one synopsis and 4 songs like this we want. One Suraj Dubai, one Kaun Tujhe, one Idli Dosa, one Sambar Samosa. This is what you want. But that is not how he did. He said, banana, acha nahi hoga, to we'll change it. I said, wow, this is fresh. He said, you make. If I don't like it, if I feel something is jarring to my cinema or what I have envisioned, we'll do again. That's how the music sounds starkly different. That's how it sounds like only for that film that music sounds like. You can starkly remember what is from MS Dhoni. My trick only is ki when the film ends, you follow the script to the T, 100%. The lyrics, everything. But the simplicity, as you said, is important for me mostly because I've done Western classical, done all that, learned that. But when you do that, when it's not like ho, 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 every kid, they all boys can sing it. That is very important to me as an artist. And I follow the Rick Rubin idea that you're not working for the audience. But it should be singable by me. I'm a non-singer. I'm just learning to sing via being a composer. Not a great singer should be able to sing it. Anyone who can just hum should be able to sing. That idea. If that is possible, you can work 27 songs out in 3 months with a guy who says, I'm not replacing you, I believe in you. We all can do. Every composer of the Hindi side, South side, era, the whole country. You need one man to believe who's the captain of the ship. Then people, but on our side, will come and encroach, will reduce their prices as composers, will call the labels, will call the hero, say, I want to be part of the film. Why is Amal in it solo? This all dirt happens on our side. Now, some films lucked out, did it, like Noor and Dhoni. Noor also was mine. Last minute, Badshah came and put a song called Move Your Luck. So these things happen. You have to accept it. But when you need a homogeneous soundtrack like MS Dhoni, you're deciding a career, a character, a life who's lived, one man, his story, innocent, nothing you can fabricate. You need one guy. And that one guy, I didn't do the score, but musically I did. I didn't get to do the score. Sanjay Chaudhary did it. And a good job. But all songs karne ka fayda hua that I knew that I've done this kind of riff in the rock song. I can use that softly again as a theme in the down song where he's feeling low in life. That same resemblance. This can happen when you know what you've already done. Sometimes it's a mess because I don't know if an album, what he's made, if we all three have made the same kind of notes and songs, same rag, Char Gana and Rag Yaman, all about sadness. We all 4 will end our careers right there. We don't want to be known for that. I have dumbed down myself from my learnings of music to manage Bollywood, to just manage Bollywood and live my father's legacy. There's no dream only of a film right now कि solo करनी है. Solo मिली तो हम जान दे सकते हैं. And I know what people know at 25 I'm capable of Dhoni. I'm only getting better and I'm getting saner and making nicer music. But you need a believer. If you are not there and there's no intent, it doesn't matter, as GV said, small actor, big actor, Ranbir Kapoor, Shah Rukh Khan. It's dreams. Wow, I want Shah Rukh Khan to be on my song. Every kid wanted that. But it's not that ये नहीं हुआ तो मैं picture नहीं करेगा. If the man who's heading is inspirational, he believes in his vision and believes that how he said, Jake said, it enables you to come into your own. Then we all can do individual albums. But it's the time the actor says 2 दिन के बाद मेरा brand shoot है, मेरे को गाना कल खत्म करना है. तो कैसे करेगा कोई एक आदमी? 2-3 आएंगे, पर वो 2-3 में भी ethics नहीं है. If you are the label head or the producer, you give us 3 the situation. In one day you've given the morning him, afternoon him, night me. This is what Bollywood does. Rather you give him, let him fail for 1 month and then come to us, or let me do fail and go. There's one situation sent like vegetables. Morning Tanish, शाम को रोचक, दिन में साचित परंपरा. ऐसा चल रहा है सब्जी मंडी. This is the truth. I will take names. It may remove me from this place. अपन Alaska जाके रह जाएंगे. Even if it's vernacular, this is the truth of Bollywood. So if you have one person believe in you and that person is in that credible position only, newer directors also unable to. If he's made Baby, Wednesday, and he's doing Dhoni, and he's by your side, like Anurag Basu, Preetham, Mani Ratnam, Rahman, Aditya Dhar, Shashwat Sachdev. See what they've done. That is what is changing the scene, right? Because one man believed in the boy and the guy is a terrific musician. I even said in an interview, he's our generation's Rahman. At least in soundscape, he is pushing the envelope.
Shashwat.
Yes.
Okay.
He is my generation. On the Hindi side, he's like A.R. Rahman who came and changed the game. He's not a South composer. He's not pan-India yet. He's not reached that level till Durandar came. But he's a great composer. He has magic in him. But because Aditya Dhar pulled that thread out of him, it happened. We don't have many loyal directors and the big ones have their teams. So the fight is very tough to get. And I'm not trying to get my pound of flesh. I'm over that. I've done it in 10 years. Now in my funda, if you're asking, I'm at 10 people as friends call, ये गाना होता ही है. कि I need a song, yaar. Preetham's doing the rest of the album. I need one song. Dada ka date nahi hai. Unless Preetham has a contract which says that you cannot work with an XYZ other composer. You can use, and if that happens, then his name becomes, the rest of the songs become jam it. A big composer like him would obviously not want to share credits with a newer guy like me. So his name becomes Jam 8, his company. And then you do one song. But you accommodate because Shashank Khaitan is the director who made Badrinath, he's requesting you. So the relationship pe bahut chalta hai. The industry works on comfort, campism, relationship, then maybe whatever nepotist stuff. But this is very, very controlled. No one can break into. If Rahman sir is saying in an interview that there is politics against me, Amal Malik is nothing. But he has fought it and he knows that solo film मिलना मुश्किल है. Try भी नहीं कर रहे. कोई आया, time दिया, actor के dates है, bearable आदमी है, अच्छी script है, intent है, पैसा नहीं है तो भी चलेगा. Rights भी रख लो, master भी रख लो, दिल अच्छा है तो ठीक है. Master rights रखने के लिए when after 50 maybe I'll get an opportunity on this side. It's a very unhealed system on our side.
GV, have you ever faced, just like he said, have you faced any politics on your, like in the industry?
Politics, not like that. I mean, I've never gone through something like that. But normally, you know, like in cinema, you'll go through betrayal and all those things. That will happen. But politics, no, not that much.
I'm so happy because good musicians can get lost if they cannot face it. You're such a good human. If you face it, you can. It's the worst thing to deal with.
This may be an unfair question to ask you and put you on the spot, and please feel free to not answer this. But like he said, like Mani Ratnam, Rahman, Aditya Dhar, Shashwat, there are people, you made your name with Vetrimaran, right? So when Vetrimaran goes to a Santosh Narayanan, or now he goes to an Anirudh, is there a small sense of, man, my director is going to somebody else? It's not about hating Anirudh, that's not it at all. But that sense of, sometimes it's like, oh, my friend is going and playing with some other guy. You know, is that?
Yeah, I think it must be happening. I don't know.
Is that something?
Actually, it's not there. Because see, I'm working with so many actors, so many directors. Why can't he work with other composers?
Well,
Of course
that's
he
a
can.
logical answer. But we are all emotional people, right? It's like a
No, I mean, after 20 years, no. Maybe in my initial phase of career, I would have been like very angry or like, why we are doing. For me, I'm in a very confident space where, I know my work and what I can do to a script or what I can offer to a film. Like when I did Asuran, I know what happened to Asuran. So I'm in that calm, like happy zone. Like that's why, I want to work with all new talents. That's why I'm working with Ken now.
Yeah.
Like it's a new team,
Yeah, it's
like
this
school
film called
boys.
Youth. Yeah.
Like small kids.
Youth.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
called Youth.
Yeah.
And the songs have like become chartbusters, and it's like everywhere in
Like
Tamil,
how many million views now for
some
that?
30 million in like some 2 weeks or 3
Yeah,
weeks.
yeah.
So organic, it just went mad. Like I want to work with new talents actually. So Andamari, I want to try out new combinations. So new stars. Andamari, I want to refresh myself rather than staying in one combination and then creating pressure and then delivering for pressure. Rather than that, suddenly work with a new talent, create a new combination, and create some magic.
No, Jakes, you spoke a lot about the director being the driver, and and you spoke about that too. How much of the credit of Loca would you give to the music in the sense that any project, but Loca being the most like this big monster hit that it was, what percentage of the music do you think? I'm not asking for an exact percent, but like, what do you think the music did to the movie?
Loca's music was definitely inspired by the story itself, the characters that we lived through. These are legendary Malayalam characters,
Yeah.
So to get them to that kind of an international stage, that's my reflection of our folklore in a way that the world can understand. Right. So definitely it's a yin and yang, it's a give and take. And Dominic is a close friend and our parents actually studied together. So that way we kind of gelled really well. And the biggest advantage that I got from Dominic was there was absolutely no interference from his side. Like 2 months down the line, he still calls me and asks me, is there anything you can show? That's it. There's absolutely no pressure because I was trying to figure out what the hell I can do because I was already doing this kind of, big massive films and how can I take a different turn? So it took me almost 1 month to just come up with the soundscape. Okay, I'm going to use voices. I'm going to use some hybrid orchestral elements. I'm going to go with some new language. We kind of came up with a new language for the film called Moriga. That's because 2000 years ago, they were it's not Malayalam or it's not Tamil. I mean, those languages are there, but what is the language, dialect they must
How
have
did they
spoken?
speak? Yeah.
So we came up with a combination of these languages and called it Moriga. Harinarayan, the writer, was able to come up with the language. And then I presented the title. That's the first piece of music that I showed him. And he was also blown. He said he got a perspective. So then while scoring, the teaser was very helpful for me because the teaser had her agony. Like Chandra was going through a lot of pain because she's immortal for 2000 years. And the pain that of seeing her mom pass through and all that. So instead of holding the massy teaser vibe, I thought we could make the emotion a little more big, That's when we kind of came up with the theme song of the movie. So I think it is mainly because Dominic gave me the freedom to go and explore. Dominic, at no point, I would say, in no point was giving me or feeding me with anything. Okay, all he told me was we need an English song when she comes to on an apartment, we need an Aerosmith kind of a vibe. So I said, okay, let's do it. And then she said, I had made another song for Kiliye Kile because I thought there'd be rights issues with it. So I made something that he said, okay, let's go with Kiliye Kile because we've edited it accordingly. And that he was so reluctant to tell me, oh, we're going to use Kiliye Kile. But we later released that track. That song also was a big hit.
Yeah. More than me lashing out the beautiful way where they work looks like I'm only the most angstiest here and unsettled and a volcano.
No, Amal, I was
world.
clearly thinking like what Amal was. I mean,
yeah,
luckily
people,
for us, I don't think we have that kind of pressure.
I'm so grateful that music
because
is
I don't think there's
that
any
way.
point of time will a label come and sit and tell us,
I love it.
bro,
That's
I don't
why
know.
I said I'm shifting to your place. I'm going to
they
produce
will,
music with you all.
they would probably say, can you repeat some songs like that? But we are not going to listen to.
That's one.
We are not going to listen to the label to decide what we'll do with the movie. And all of these, T-Series is there, Sony is there, everybody's there, but they definitely don't come
because
and tell us to.
South offices are shut. The north
So I think that's something. I don't know how it works in I mean,
You know,
from hearing from
Have
Amal.
you gotten offers from Bollywood though?
Yeah, I have. But see, my point is, I want to be comfortable with those projects that I'm doing, and then I don't want to be like background score for me is a very like how we take it seriously in Malayalam, Tamil, and Telugu and all. I want them. It's not like they don't take it seriously. It's like there's 5 other composers doing the song, and I'm just fitting there to do just a mundane job. Will probably not even. And I don't like the fact that sometimes in the posters, musicians' names don't get mentioned in Hindi movies. I don't know why that is.
Oh
Like-
my God! Don't talk about it.
And so I feel
This
those
will
things
finish
are.
the
And
interview.
I've told them to people from the Bollywood as well. Like, why would you not mention a composer? I mean, definitely big composers' names too, but BGM or anyone is just overlooked. But the amount of time, effort to finish a 2.5 hour movie is not a joke.
Oh, definitely.
Like every cue, just like the writer's written, it takes a lot of pain for the composer to come up with beautiful music that supports the storytelling. So it is a big department to be noted, and I sometimes feel like like that kind of importance is not. That's not the reason why I don't think I have gotten something that is super interesting to me to sacrifice my time in Malayalam or Tamil or Telugu to.
Bro, any
That's what it is.
now it's
Now
like
it's
any,
all
any
Indian
language
film.
everyone is
But I
watching.
think it's also,
So,
I think
you know, if
commonly
you have
it's like we're
all of us have
getting
seen
inspired.
Loca.
We
I-
just
all
want
of
to
us
feel
know your work.
inspired and connected. If there's intent and inspiration, I think all of us just want to do good work.
Everyone
also,
knows
if you're
your
getting
film.
enough, if you're getting enough good work where you are, right?
Wow.
You guess the pressure because you're getting such good projects to work
Yeah.
on, and
I just like to stick to Malayalam, so that's my fundamental. Unless that something is really
But,
good
I
in
mean,
other
you've done
languages.
Tamil and all that, yeah,
I
yeah.
do because
Yeah.
so, I've been 20 years. My schooling was in Tamil Nadu, and my movies which I grew up with, it's all Tamil. So definitely, but I don't want to come there and be fighting for a share there or for opportunities there. If someone thinks I worked with Vignesh in his previous movie Porthoril, and he felt that I was fit for that movie, and I had a great time. Now he's working with GB on it. I'm totally fine with it because if some movie which I think I can deliver and it inspires me, I think there's no language barrier, then I feel I'm comfortable doing that. But some of the times when I worked in Telugu, I felt like I'm trying to do something which I'm sometimes not comfortable with. I'm just trying to push the boundaries which aesthetically I'm not aligned with the director's vision. Right. So then it's not gonna come up with any. But Saripada Sanivaram with Vivek Atreya struck the right chord with me. Like I was able to understand his vision. I love the mass sound, but in a kind of aesthetically aligned way. So that way. So it's just a matter of taste. Sir. I have to work with people
100%.
who, yeah.
And it's also if you're putting in all your heart and soul into something, that element of comfort you want around you, right?
Yeah.
It's like when you do big movies. See, for example, Godipanna is what you'd call because Rakshit is also a big hero, but he's in that space where he can get away with a lot of things because he's established that I'm different zone, right? But let's say you're working with mass heroes like Shivana kind of thing. Is there an internal pressure to, like I have to, okay, he's going to get a large mass fan base. I have to project a little more. Is that there a little?
So it depends on the director.
Again, right,
Yes,
right.
it
Because
depends
that's
on
the bottom
yeah,
line.
director. See, I was fortunate to work with directors who took off the pressure, who let me do my work, and then it clicked.
Yeah.
So I think that depends on the director. But sometimes, yes, there is pressure. But every movie is a big movie. When I was doing Godipanna, it was very big.
Oh, I know. But you know what I mean, right?
Yes.
So how do you handle that pressure?
It's tough, but mostly, I usually like to work with directors who have that same taste, similar taste, and I usually don't get into such projects where I have this too much of pressure and I lose interest
Okay.
soon. I'm very choosy with that.
And that's why your filmography is like we spoke before. It has maybe 2-3 movies a year, and that's you're saying that's pretty much what I can manage.
Yes, I see. I came to this field to enjoy my work, and if I can't enjoy the work, the purpose is lost.
So true.
Yeah. But GB, you work enormous
Yeah,
amount.
அங்கிருந்து ஷிஃப்ட் ஆகி இங்க தான் வருவீங்க.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
He's like the enlightened one. He is proper corporate, perfectly saying, this guy slightly my side, slightly that side, and I am the crazy.
Yeah. No, but GB, you're the opposite of exact what Charana just said, right? Because you have an album roughly a month.
No, sir. But around like 6 albums per year.
Per year, 6 to 8, whatever. It's like you're really prolific, and that's if you say that's roughly some 30, 40 songs a year.
With score.
That's and that with the
Don't
score.
forget.
Does that point of exhaustion ever come to you?
It does come, sir. Like there will be a point, you know, we need to renew ourselves and, you know, refresh, and then do, like, every film needs to have one distinctive sound. So soundscape is also very important, like what Jake's, you know, does. Like you create a sound for every film. Like Ayatluran will have a separate sound for itself. Mayakamana will have a separate sound. Amaran will have a separate sound. So Captain Miller had a very different score and power to it. So I feel the script should have a unique, distinctive sound. But of course, we do deliver under pressure because, like how Ilayaraja sir handled so many films. Like every film was Ilayaraja sir, and what magic he gave in the same year. Like, or Talabadi he will do, some other film he'll do, all like folk he will do. So on the school and since I came, like, you know,
You looked at all those people as
yeah,
idols.
yeah, they are like my inspiration. So I'm able to handle it.
But see, like again, out of the, let's 6 to 8 movies a year, frankly, maybe 3 movies are, you really love the movie, you really, everything gels 100%. But let's say there are 2 movies that somebody comes to you and say, please sir, please do this for me, whatever it is, or something else happens or whatever it is. How do you motivate yourself to get into a zone where you're not maybe 100% convinced with a movie, but like how do you get there? How do you?
Sir, actually, you know what? I put in 100% effort for my
I'm not
every
doubting
work.
your effort.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just coming there. So I put my 100% effort, but then it has to happen from all the departments. Like if your writing goes weak, a film, you know, falls. If there is like a good writing but bad casting, it goes bad. So the rightness, or that, you know, that 100% perfect thing, we will achieve only like, yeah, only 50% of it. That also depends on how, you know, everyone works around the whole film. Right. So there are chances even like a great director can give a mid film. Some youngster will just give
all
one.
the time. Yeah.
Sir? Yeah. So some newbie, some debut guy will give like one mad film. So how we can't judge that, sir. So sometimes whoever have to deliver, they will deliver. Sometimes they don't. But to my point of view, I try to give my 100% every time. But then whether it soars high or not depends on how the script is also.
Right. So Amal, when you know they're all like speaking in a way that expresses what they want to say, but also being a little
Less
diplomatic about it, if you want to say,
I'm
right?
not doing that. I'm already, this interview is my final resignation from Bollywood लग रहा है. इसके बाद ना सर मैं आपको बोरा बोरा आइलैंड में कहीं या मॉल्डीव्स में देखूंगा यूकेलेली एंड गिटार रिटायर्ड फ्रॉम
That sounds
because
great,
I'm going to
actually.
say as is, but क्या करूँगा? This is who I am. If you don't want me to, I can stop. If that is
the
a
point
thing.
is, it's not about stopping. It's about,
You should not get your YouTube link blocked by me.
do you
because
ever get this feeling that I could have a better career if I was like my brother?
For sure. Huh?
If I'm like my brother.
No, even he's facing so many
Okay.
things. Being-
Okay, like
being
if
so
I was
diplomatic.
Yeah.
He has no songs from any other composer from the Hindi side except for Preetham, who's secure. Everyone else is trying to compete with me on the Hindi belt. My brother's talent is wasted just by being my brother. And I give him songs not on a platter. I steal them from him and give it to Arijit, KK, everyone, depending on who's deserving. My brother is self-made, but the melodies have helped him show his prowess. But not one single Hindi film composer touched him in all these years. He became a superstar with my music. Thaman sir touched him and blessed him, put his hand on his head, gave him a Butta Boma. Grateful our whole family is. Devi Shri Prasad did. I don't know if the Arman's ever worked with him.
I've recorded him.
You've worked with him?
We've worked with him,
Yes.
yeah.
So I have no understanding of the Hindi side of belt or anyone except the secure ones working with a good composer's brother. Unfortunately, brother है. So Arman diplomatic रह के क्या उखाड़ लिया उसने? He's only got the love and respect कि he's a classy guy. I'm Masi. It's fine. He's like, but saying the truth doesn't make you any less. He also says the truth in his own way. But there is, mummy will say something, papa will say something. I'm the black sheep, I'm the black horse, and I don't want to be knight in shining armor, and I don't want to do, then the professions are different. He's not going through anything. The category of a singer doesn't go through anything to create a song. They are the last batsman whose last ball पे six जिसको मारना वो singer है. वहाँ तक गाड़ी lyrics writer composer लाते हैं. So if you are not that, you will never understand the suffering of that. He knows it from close quarters because he's my brother and stays with me, but still doesn't know, knows surface. So he cannot be like me. And KGF has a dialogue, which I would like to quote. I showed my father the film saying, just see it for that one dialogue. Because the whole world compares me to Arman Malik. I love him. He's like my son. He's my baby. Yaar. But they'd ask Yash ki, we got you to kill this whatever guy. We'll get another one like you. So he says, मेरे बाप से भी नहीं हुआ. तो वही बात है. My father could also birth me just once. The second time you saw a human being, a diplomatic, nice, sweet darling come out. Me, my angst, my honesty, everything comes from the losses of my journey. But before that is the losses of my father. It's the trauma of so many things that Bollywood has made Arijit feel. We are still feeling. Who wants to do more work when your father in 2009 gets a heart attack and in 2004 quits his career because the likes of a Vishal Shekhar, Preetham Salim arrive, and he just tells me, beta, I am done. And the guts at 15 to say that to me. I would not be able to say it to my son. He said, my father is dying. His father, my grandfather, he's like, he's dying. My music is dying. I have 20 films. 10 are going to shut because they don't have completion money. 5, I have 2 songs. That's also because of a label. And the directors may or may not work with me because Kal Ho Na Ho has come. It's times change. Kaal has come. 10 Bahane has come and Dhoom has come. I'm finished. He told me that. I said, don't worry, we'll make 10,000 rupees a week. I went, did television, did everything. So it comes from there. We are a family from this place, but we've been treated like kaun hai be tu. So for a man who never got invited to a single award function after 75 films, this is the last conversation in the world where I talk about my struggles and pain because it's you. It has to be told on your place also and the starkly different industry that they come from, in spite of being in the same country. This truth needs to be told that we are not respected. We don't get any Jake's Bijoy musical or Anirudh musical. They don't respect composers. It died with R.D. Burman, Annu Malik, last Preetham, as I told you, and these few boys. If you are talking about getting more work at the cost of your peace, your health, your sanity, your respect, रातों रात singer का label, I'm taking Shreya Ghoshal for a song. Shreya ji is like our Lata Mangeshkar of this era, and they are replacing her without my permission and putting XYZ singer, and it releases. I get the YouTube link next day. You don't know what happens in our industry. So it's better that one person who has balls, which is me, compared to even the heroes of this country who don't speak, who are more powerful. उनका तो काम भी नहीं काट सकते, brands है वो. I've been thrown out of 25 films by one of the biggest superstars of the country, thrown out more 20 films by some other labels. Why? Because I do music like it's a prayer. I'm not trying to prove anything. I just wanted Dabbu Malik before he dies. Sorry, I may have a long life. Just see little success that this DNA of his can do good music. That is nothing else. I have 2 Filmfares, 4 IFA, 10 Radio Mirchi. वो सबसे मेरा बाप खुश होता है. He goes and stands in front of my wall every day. Said, I never got nominated, and my son. That's all for him. This man wants to do, what is the Charanam, what is the Pallavi, what is the Mukhda, Antra, M1, M2, here's your master, Eric Pillai, take care of it. I don't want to do anything more than that now. I have sickened myself from 2019 to 26 in health. You've seen, I put a depressive post, separated from my family. All this has happened because of the music industry. All this happened because of a personal relationship.
Stuff about manic
there was an
depression.
8-year-old relationship where the girl got married and I got Kabir Singh then. But I didn't get to do the whole Kabir Singh. I got to do a girl song in the film. So मेरे लिए और मुश्किल था. All the boy songs, I wanted to remove my anger. I said, मेरा breakup हो, I will make Beka Ali or anything like that. I got a romantic, soft-spoken girl melody, which was the only girl song in the film. But it was a personal relationship crumbling. My dog dying in 2022, where I stopped doing music videos. I said, I did 2 and I stopped as I can't face the camera. And the biggest trauma is how this industry works. But within that structure, in 10 years, wherever I got my purple patch of killing it, they're doing 10-year throwbacks to 2016. I had Salamat, Bol Do Na Zara, Jab Tak, Kaun Tujhe, Phir Kabhi, Besabriya, Saw Asman. I don't want to name it like that. Maybe not 4 films, but equal number of songs without score and all blockbusters. You see the numbers. I don't care about charts. I'm more about hearts. But if you want to, in composers on my side, I'm a sore thumb out of it. I have face value now because of whatever reality, but the voice as a human being that I've put out has cost me great work. Initially made me feel whatever, okay, my song was better than this song also. So why are they doing this to me? Don't they want the good song? Maybe they don't even want the good song anymore. So I'm fine with it. I have decided that the first 10 years was for my father. And I wanted him to just feel and change the narrative for him and me that we're not Anu Malik's nephews. We are Amal Arman's uncle now. That's what two boys wanted to do, with due respect to him. And we are also not wanting to be known as Dabbu Malik's children. We're doing our thing. But that man, that woman who suffered, who went through this, in spite of being in the glare of this industry, it's the successful brothers, failed music composer's second brother, all that man had to swallow, eat up, take in his stride, and always smiled like my father's like Winnie the Pooh. I've taken care of that man, and I love him to bits. So his respect and everything matters to me. But he was a softie, so I had to harden up and be KGF ka Yash or Kabir Singh or Animal. And they call me these things in the music industry. They write about me. The label stalk out me. Arey, wo to pagal hai, Kabir Singh jaisa hai. Aake mare a table thode. I've broken my knuckles when a singer was replaced. Gone and broken the producer's table. It's not about angst, aggression, craziness, but for the right thing. So that I sleep like a peaceful man. I didn't cheat any singer and said कि तेरा ही गाना है और कल replace हो गया. मैं phone करके ये भी बताता हूँ sorry it's not going in your voice. Doesn't be practiced here. So there are many things that only I am doing. So I'm the best representative you can have who will speak to you about the shit that's happening on our side because others are very scared to lose the work. I'm done. The minute my music is my father. If anything happens to him, I don't even want to do music. He is my Sangeet. I've finished, I've proved everything. My hero has been proved that I could do it. These guys, if they deserve my music now, they'll get. Otherwise, I'm not interested. That's who I am for this next 10 years. Independent music, stage shows, and people with intent. Even not with money. Otherwise, you'll not get Amal Malik. He's on an island in Bora Bora with the ukulele.
Do you feel like taking him away from this
Yeah.
toxic place and giving him
A
shelter?
little bit of the Big Boss energy still spills out. I get it. I'm speaking so much because people made me speak so much in the house. But this needs to be told, sir. It cannot be any more this parda that people don't know how beautifully musicians can be treated and how they are. This is the right way. This is how they should be. They are geniuses of their world, but the director lets them be the genius. Doesn't say, I will teach you to make music. He says, I'm the director. You are also the director of the film. You're just the music director, but you are the director of the film with me. So when that synergy is there, this is beautiful. This is where I would have loved in my world, but I fought what you are seeing, been this guy and still been standing here and still being called by you here. It's a big thing. Tomorrow someone will call you and say, iska interview mat lo, pagal hai. That's what will happen. They're trying to Jim carry me out of the scene, but I'm going to carry the music industry. If I get an opportunity, I can change the whole soundscape of this Hindi side in a second. But it is limited to chaos. It's limited to bad health. It is limited to politics. And it's limited to कि मेरी सुन नहीं तो निकल यहाँ से. I'm a learned good musician. We all are. We've done our music. We know our chords. We know our theory. We know our practical. We can work with a band. You want respect. You want peace. If that's not there, then there are many. That's where I am at. Did you get it?
I don't think anybody did not get it. It's just like, but you're so far away from this, right? It's like, now do you feel better that this is like, oh my God, I'm very happy I'm working in the Kannada film industry. Has that feeling just come about right now?
No, I've never experienced this because there's a lot of trust between me and the director, because that also motivates us to work. The trust.
Yeah.
You know, it helps us to do better.
I'm glad that you mentioned Taman's name because Taman couldn't make it today. He was supposed to come from the Telugu industry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's, we are missing one thing. And another thing that always bothers me, but though...
Like his flight or his schedule.
He was also coming?
He was supposed to come.
We were talking, but then the dates didn't kind of... Because one of the things about these things is that everyone's date has to sync up, right? So it's like Jake's was hard to get, like in the sense of your projects are happening around these things and all that. So thank you very much for making it here. Thank you, because the thing is, there are certain things like for example, these licensing questions, see, because we can always have a music directors roundtable where we just talk about the creative aspect of music, which is the easier part to talk about, which is like, how did you compose this song? What were you thinking of when you composed that song? Sure, and I've done those as well. But this was very educational for me because there is this whole side that we don't get to hear about, which is like, how do you think about rights, licensing, and one thing that Jakes, you said really struck with me is that how can a film appear without the music director's name? And I didn't think of it so far, but that's so true. It's like, wow, that's so true. Like, we're so used to it. Then when it doesn't happen, it seems like, how can that happen? It's like, how can music,
No,
because
I've observed it a few times, and because I always have a tendency to go and see who's done the background score. And in Hindi, it'll always obviously be 2-3 people on the songs.
Right.
So I'm always interested in seeing, like that's when I used to listen. I've heard great, like Ram Sambat sir, who've done amazing work. I've always followed his background score.
yeah.
And so it's always fascinating to me. Sometimes I have to just search so hard to find their names and most of the posters won't have it.
Yeah, we paused the trailers for the end and then
Yeah.
we searched for who's the DOP, who did background score,
Yeah.
and who did songs.
I mean, now of course YouTube has made it a little easier because the whole credit comes, so even know who's the. Let's say there's a viola player or something like that. So you get to know all of that.
We like to know
That's
that.
also something that is so important, right?
Yeah.
Every person in
Every
my
person,
musician.
and I think Rahman is the first person who started
Started crediting musicians.
every
Like
musician.
solo musicians.
Yeah, because like suddenly you saw credits that were this long, as opposed to, I mean, obviously there are many people involved, but we didn't know that. And the fact that it's a collaborative industry is so.
But
important.
I'm talking about, I don't think every movie does that, but down in Malayalam and other, obviously we make sure the names are there and it's all fair game. But I was surprised that in some movies in Hindi, they don't have those names. So
Yeah, they don't. In 2014, as you said, if Rahman sir did this in Hindi side also, I had an entire showdown. They wanted only music, lyrics, singer, and maybe the mixing engineer because he was doing all the songs of that label. They said, we don't give guitar and all this credit. We give caller tunes there. I said, that doesn't matter. Who's played the tambourine also, his name will come. So that fight is an ongoing thing. But before fighting for them, there is no XYZ musical only or Preetham or anyone here.
there's
on this
also a
side.
problem with the corporatization of
Yes.
the industry. I don't think anybody can be blamed for that, because when I come here to work, it's very corporate, they're very structured, systematic, and you don't get to speak to I mean, in my case, I was working with Roshan Jatan. I have a great relationship with him, so that was fine. But I could see that that's the way it works. I mean, you're
Roshan
accountable.
Andrews.
Yeah, I worked on Deva.
Yeah.
But there, up there, the producers, we are close. It's a very small industry. We know
There's a
everybody.
personal,
There's a personal connection. Even in Telugu or in Tamil, the producers are very close to us, and they give us that kind of that boundary and that respect. And
Feeling of
you know,
home was
that is important, I think, to have a cohesive and a movie that speaks as one. But I'm just yet to get used to the way. Maybe it functions better in that way because I know Hollywood functions like that. But it's just that we are very niche in.
No,
in
but
the way
I
of-
think
this
what
is
Charan Raj
beautiful.
said, one thing that's really important is that, everyone works
to enjoy.
in these, yes, you want to project your, like you want to say, you have learnt all these skills, you want to use them, all that is there. But at the end of the day, like he says so sweetly, you also want peace of mind, right? It's like that, like, what is the point in, having all these hits and everything and all these things and this and
This is who I want to be and see what this
Yeah.
place is making.
Yeah, I think that see, this is like the universe saying that's why he's on that end and you're on this end. It's just
But
like
that's how
yeah,
it should be. This is the round table of human beings also,
Yeah.
not just musicians.
the non-round table of it's just
table
like-
kidhar hai?
metaphor.
It's not come through.
So, but you're very certain that, like when like he was talking about his father, and thank you for sharing that because all of us are going to face some kind of expiry date, right? It could come in any kind of way. How do you think about that at all?
that will be there for everyone, sir. Like,
Everybody, it's there for you,
So,
it's there for
yeah.
me, it's there for everybody in this room, like whatever.
yeah,
But
we will have this thought, like, okay, we've done so much, we should be relevant. We should be relevant, but more than that, we should be satisfying our music soul. There are two things, like satisfying the director, satisfying your music soul, and then your, your passion. What have you come for, and what are you doing? Are you doing what you want to do? And then, how are you updating yourself? So all these things are there. So you need to listen to a lot of music. You need to watch a lot of music, like watch a lot of films. Film score is completely different from song score. So we do watch a lot of films, like what kind of soundscape they bring up to it. Like of course Zimmer is like one huge inspiration. Like before that, we had James Horner, we had so many great composers. So you need to watch a lot of films and update yourself. Like for writers, you need to read a lot of books. Like that, you need to keep enjoying the passion, or how you came into this profession. Why did you come here? So that passion should not be lost. You just need to keep like igniting it again by watching good work or watching inspirational.
so if you feel that one day you're not up to it, you say, let me watch a good movie, or let me listen
Yeah,
to a
like
good
if
thing, and
you're
then
stuck,
the
you're
spark
stuck.
is-
Yeah, see, like I do. Okay, if I do like 3 films and I use the trumpet a lot. The first thing I tell my producer or my engineers, let's not use trumpet this time. Chuck it. We are going with reeds. We are going with flutes. So like so for like Kara, that Vignesh film, I was very sure no trumpet, Josen. Chuck the trumpet. We're going with reeds and voices. So like that, you shouldn't repeat yourself. You should not become into one zone where they can predict you.
Yes.
Like when I did Ayatollah, they couldn't predict what my score is going to be. So for each film, I'm trying to find a sound. That's why you find a soundscape, so it is unique to that film, and you don't repeat yourself again and again. So you need to find the process of refreshing your mind or thought, and not getting stuck with an idea and keep doing it again and again.
And this is my last question to all of you, and I want all of you to weigh in on this, because there are many times that I've found that the music is often the very last thing that's done in a movie, right? Because they keep editing till the last minute, and you're like, can you change this? Can you change that cue? Can you do this? Can you do that? Often you hear that it's the last week and the score is still being done because of various reasons. Let's not get into why this is being done, but that because of that, with that being the case of many films, do you all find you're able to have some kind of work-life balance, or does that not matter at all? Jake's is nodding very, like I think you have something to say.
That is, it's, see, ultimately, like he said, you have to enjoy your work. At the same time, I have a family. I have, there are so many obligations, and I make sure that my work alone is not my life. That's very important to me, to have that sanity. And I don't think I want to give that much importance to, because like you said, there's ups and downs, there's an expiry. I cannot lead my life and people around me to just believe that everything is sunk. I have to find a way to balance that. So I rely on things that I can control. What can I control? I can control my time. I can control how much time I can spend with them versus come to the studio, and if I can leverage some time there. And I have projects that excites me on the side, not only music, like not only film music. So that balance is important to have a longevity in the first place, I think, because otherwise, if you depend all your happiness and your life success on just that one thing, I think you're just being at the mercy of so many other variables which is not in your control.
Yeah.
Like every movie cannot be success, like you said. Like it depends. Not you can give the best possible outcome, but then whatever, and then that hits your brand, and then it hits you personally. You take that home. So I'm training myself after these 12 or 13 years of being in the industry to have that boundary. My kids don't need all that, or my family doesn't need all that. They can take some essence of my success, maybe to feel good about it, but I don't want to take that pressure there. So I try to have those timings, and also just to have fun with other things in my life, like being encouraging other artists, which I really like. There's so many artists I want to work with, not in the capacity of film music, but I'm nurturing them. There's folk artists that I've recorded over the course of so many films, like Ayyappan and Koshi. I did so much of recording with Nanjiyamma, which all those songs I want to do something else with that has a bigger purpose of restoring their culture and making it more fun for the kids to listen to it today. So that way, I'm not tying myself just to films and film music. I think anybody who has that kind of balance, like that's what I like in the West. Like they have that kind of balance. Even a Ludwig, I see how he's at the peak of his success right now. Like the kind of movies he's just doing one movie a year, but he balances it with like a television series or a game or something like that. So you're diversifying, right? So that way, not one thing is affecting your life but you're giving your 100%. This is your soul. Like GV said, like from a young age, you wanted to be this. You're doing your best, but there are other things that are not in your control. For that, you need a fallback and you need to balance yourself well. I think,
and that's what I'm asking, because like I know that you're trying to balance everything, and you are saying that balance is important. So because some people will say, no, my work is actually very good. I find my peace in my work, and that's my work-life balance. So that's also a very valid way of looking at it. But how do you like when this last-minute stuff comes and you have to spend, let's say, 20 hours in a studio? You can't avoid it.
That's unavoidable.
That's part of it.
But I try to say, you give me, I need at least a couple of months' time. Well, fair enough. Like by the time you have because these last-minute edits
You have to keep warning them. Sir.
Yeah.
Like, I keep telling them, like, say I need 60 days for background score. Once you do before even entering dubbing, if you have a reference dub, send it over. So because for like big films or like films like a Loca or a Captain Miller or an Amaran, you will need 60 days to finish the
So
background
you all
score.
do 60 days score, and songs, how do you all do how many days? Like approximate do you ask for? I would like to educate
That for the
myself
shoot,
also.
like 10 days before shoot or 15 days before shoot, you start. And before that, you do the discussion
You've
part
already
of it.
lived with them with the whole story. So it's
Yeah,
10,
once
15
they
days is
narrate-
a great timeline for, but
Yeah.
score though can be endless also.
The
It's a
moment
long-
a director or a production house when they start taking their post-production lightly, that's the beginning of the end, Post-production is as important as your scripting stage. Like the movies can be like amazingly changed in post, but here it's not like that. The release date is already told.
Yeah.
And they'll come the last, even to the end, the shoot will be going on. And then before the release of the movie, even 2 weeks before, there'll be so many edits. Then, I mean, the director has to decide. Then there's no point in, putting the blame but I try to, there were cases where you have to go to the previous day of the release of the movie also. I've worked on those days. But it's always better to have a buffer. And in most of the cases, you cannot insist that the footage is ready on 2 months' time. They'll also be going through the edit. So we are prepared for it. So you have to make sure that the themes are ready. The score is, like you said, like even on a rough dub, the rough scenes,
Skip
sketching is ready.
Skip the final dub.
I
Get
think
the
I'm
rough
going,
dub.
I think I'm going to take Jake's as his
Sir,
calm
he's-
voice
he's
and his
sorted,
tone.
sir.
I'm feeling that he has that pastor or
Yeah.
something. And
Sir, he's
someone who's
sorted.
going to be my therapist so that I can deal with this chaos of this line. that is
he's a
come.
producer material. Like he's too sorted.
Yeah, he's very sorted, right? But
Yeah.
but when you it sounds wonderful when you say it.
I mean,
Yeah,
this
bro.
is tried and tested.
Bro, I needed a friend like this on my life and thoda samjha deta.
You confirm
There
me.
is, I think we cannot. My point is there needs to be some system. Otherwise, we will crash land.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah, and that system is like, I've told this story many times, but out here it's particularly relevant because I was going to do this interview with this music composer, and I'm walking into the hotel room with my crew, and I'm given the instructions: don't look to the right because it's actually 3 days before release, and it's this massive movie. And don't look to the right because the movie is a new cut has come for a scene, and he's doing that. So we are not supposed to see the frames, right? So honestly, we're all walking like this without like being told. And I'm like, that was the first.
So
time I
then we'll want
realized-
to look, no sir.
you want to look. You want to look. So, but the thing is, I did not look. So the thing is, that's the first time I realized that it can go on to that extent, because I was always under the impression that, okay, 1 week, 2 weeks before things will get done, because you have to get the prints out, you have to coordinate everything. But no, this is like 3 days before.
Story of our life, sir. Story of our
Yeah,
life.
that's like everyday life.
What do you're also a very Zen person, yeah? You're very
chill
No,
guy.
but I totally agree with that.
Do you get angry at all?
I do.
When do you get angry?
See, like if I'm not given sufficient time to, we have some references, we have some standards to meet, and they shoot it so well. And when we are not able to deliver, that definitely, and when it's because of time, Definitely,
And irritates some users,
yeah,
right?
that it angers us. But we have to be very clear. Like we have to tell them we require this much of days for the score. And once they have shot something, when they have the online edit ready, they can pass it on to us. We can at least conceive the ideas.
That saves time.
बोलूंगा तो विवाद हो जाएगा छोड़ो.
I have a movie that's at 3 hours and 50 minutes cut. I'm scoring it because I know the last minute if I'm not going to score it like completely finished like GV said, I'll be just having some idea. Okay, we can put this theme here.
Yeah, cut.
Some ideas
Major
is good.
sequences.
Major sequences.
Start off
Yeah.
with major sequences.
Because
like there is a 15-minute, 20-minute
sure.
sequence.
That's
Take it.
amazing
Start
fun.
off. You know, you have to go earlier and approach them. Like can't wait for let them come. If you
Because
if
if
you do
you
that,
leave it to them, then they'll always come at the
they
last
will
minute.
come at the last moment.
Last minute. You have to be proactive about it.
I think it's about the boundaries that you all prepare these guys with. That is beautiful, and that is how it should be done. Even the songs, like even if you're saying that the score vibe, if you're saying tomorrow I want this full scene changed, it doesn't happen. You have to travel within your own rejected piece also, or whatever. Say, why am I not feeling? Why is he not feeling? Why? What is the new sur? What is that note that I can find again for this scene? I wish I could do so much on background score because I love it. And they're right, because the future is not going to be sing-song. Even we are moving quite away from it. Lip-sync songs are going to be coming through very rarely unless those hero kind of movies are there like a Sayyara.
Yeah.
Score is equal to music now. And people have just started realizing the value. Salim Suleiman, when I was assisting them during a race or a Krish and those eras, they were still doing it with this much love and passion. Now people are understanding what they added to those films like Chak De or anything. So the value of score is going to be so high. If you don't know how to score, you're no more a music composer in this country in the next 10 years is what I feel
And
internally.
you have a bigger villain in the house. AI is
AI,
already...
Yeah, so you're going to be anyway replaced. But if you don't know how to score, put music to just picture without lyrics, तो आप म्यूजिक कंपोजर नहीं होंगे. You have to become the path of becoming Ludwig Göransson, John Williams or Hans Zimmer. And if you have the capability, as all of us have, to make good songs, yes, you can do that as well. But it is going to become tomorrow. We'll all want to be like Dr. Dre or Quincy Jones, thinking, okay, I'm scoring this film. Okay, we get that Boys One track from that indie album. That's how licensed tracks also. Zimmer has got Limp Bizkit into Mission Impossible and done that track, you know, okay, I want that track. The theme is anyway done by someone else. The MI2 theme was composed by a third composer. The score is by Hans Zimmer, sung here and there by different women, for those operatic gospel or like gothic voices. But Zimmer is taking a musician song who's made the riff of tang, 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 tang. The riff melody is credited to someone else. But got Limp Bizkit to come and play it for the last sequence of that bike fight, which later they copied in Doom, but it was that bike climax. So the scoring is now going to really rule, because we have on the Hindi side always depended कि picture कैसी भी हो ठीक है, गाना अच्छा तो बच जाएगा. Aashiqui was the only example in that year कि film great, that song's great. So there are many films which we are expected, I don't even know, but it's the truth, कि save the film with this one song. Tomorrow.
I walked out of a Hindi film like last.
I love it. We're inspiring people now.
They wanted me to do the background score for it. Then I had one.
So
idea.
songs were done.
Yeah, I think yeah. No, I was supposed to do songs also.
Okay.
I was supposed to do songs also. Then it had too many minds dictating terms. So I walked out because it will not work out. So just peacefully walk.
So
out.
GV has the understanding, sir, of what I'm saying, because he's like, I hope Jakes and they don't feel this ever, because he's seeing it now because he's come into this commercial.
No, I think
lot.
all three of us will not take something which we are not
Right. So
comfortable.
Brilliantly.
No, you either you have to live with it and then go into one stage where you're confused and it's so complex and like what the hell, man.
No, I've
So
delivered
like
a song
chill.
in 8 hours,
You do
man.
whatever you want. Bye.
I think
No, but what did you do like with that thing?
छोड़ दिया pictures.
I said I'm not doing it.
You just said, no, what did they want you to do?
Score and some songs for the film.
But
And
timeline.
the timeline
Not even
was-
the timeline. The creative process. There were too many creative heads in it.
Oh, so too many people.
Too many, like one wants something, and I was like, chill.
That's the biggest red flag.
Bye, guys.
The
I'm
moment,
not doing this.
The moment you see that there are a couple of people taking decisions, just walk away. That's
That is the
easiest.
knowledge that I did not have, and now I'm trying to take it because now I'm good. I don't want to do it that way.
Either you go through the trauma
Yeah.
or just be chill.
Yeah, तो you be there. अपने पास option नहीं था, करना पड़ा, बाप के लिए कर लिया
Because with
जल्दी से.
that many opinions, I don't think any good is coming out of the
No,
movie also.
it'll finally, you won't feel
When
good about
there
the
are-
whole
this
process.
is a very nice culminating point, because what you all are saying is that when there are 4 people, too many cooks spoil the broth. ये भी होता है. दूसरी तरफ when you talk about individual albums and you say multi-composers are spoiling it, वो भी नहीं होता if there is, as you said, a music supervisor does it right. Tanishq and Amal and Orko have delivered Kar Gayi Chul, Saathi Re and Bolda in Kapoor and Sons because Azim Dayani was a brilliant music supervisor. You need either someone to say, ki, guys, you 5 ka opinion, I will understand, I'll collate and I'll explain it to the composer. I've done a song in 8 hours. It's released next day. I'm writing lyrics and standing at the music launch. Okay, I have to sing it today. I don't know my own song. It has happened in a film, Naina Khoobsurat, from Sonam Kapoor's film. It happens. There is a song, Akshay Kumar is on set. There's a song which we did, which was Hardy and Biprak's Punjabi folk song, Punjabi song, not folk, Soch, which I made Soch Na Sake, Ke Tere Liye Duniya. The song, that song was not happening only. That is Akshay Kumar's favorite song. There was a song already by some a duo that was being shot. Suddenly the actor felt all rights to him, their production, woke up on 2 hours of shooting, the song has woken up on set and said, I'm not shooting anymore. 20 lakhs goes, 3 days, 60 lakhs cost has gone. But 3 days, they are still preparing. I have delivered the song next morning so that they can start shooting by 3 days. He calls me today. My greatest experience of working with an actor on this side as a human being, because I've worked, is Akshay Kumar. Very cordial, very respectful, understands the process of crediting, everything. But timeline is the worst thing on the Hindi side, ki they are calling at, not sir, but someone from their team will call. He to sleeps at 9, he will tell you and leave. They are taking care of their health. We cannot, if you want to be around. But if that is not the thing as where I am, then you can be like me now. But it took me 10 years also. I did every damn thing to save myself, family, whatever, to pay off, but never spoilt my work. There was never bad music. You can never pick up an Amal Malik song and say, he didn't work hard for this. I left it because a C-grade movie or what. Never. But that is so important कि multi-composers में एक head हो, जो सही decision ले. Yeah, you have the director who can beautifully create that world. And if you let everyone in this industry is to let their department do. I'm not telling the camera guy, na thoda aisa dikha mere ko. If the hero can perform, the singer can just sing, director can just direct and just be an inspiration to enable the composer to do something. There is no musician in this country who will do bad work, who will jump and say, I will only do remixes, or cannot say no, because so many are not saying no to the remix culture. The problem is not ki remix. I have also done. The volume of influx, 100 original songs hote the, now there are 80 remixes and 20. Even Dhurandhar is 10 old Saregama songs and folk music beautifully interpreted. But that is now what is going to be replicated 10 more times. Now you watch what happens with the Hindi music. Kuch chalta hai, 10 baar wo karna hai. There is no space where Captain Miller sounds different from his film. They are the 2 different people. He can manage to do 4 different soundscapes within. You tell Mithun or you tell Preetam, you tell Amal ki no, they don't want to do Kaun Tujha, Suraj Dubai. A new kid who wants to do that will do it. And it's fair. That's how we entered. It's all fair in love and war, but it's what your preferences and choices are. And I like to say it as a war, इसलिए आपको लग रहा है मैं angsty हूँ, पागल हूँ, हो रहा हूँ. But if I did not remove this lid, there was always be like, why is Amal only like this? Why is he only like that? They're seeing why, because this is the kind of respect I want.
Amal, you should come and work in Tamil.
No, fully. He's so
I'm
right.
taking you.
He's so right.
I want you to first work in peace.
Next film, I want this man, if he's the hero, I'm
Yeah.
saying this here, I would like to do music for him.
We are so
that
peaceful and
so
so
that we
thankful.
get to just chill. Look at what I'm doing to them.
Yeah.
They want to leave the interview right now because of my energy.
No, I'm very, no, we're just thankful, we are very happy working in Tamil or him in
He
Malayalam,
can
him
feel
in
it.
Kannada. Where we have the freedom to do what we want. There is some love.
I don't want to do music also.
Come,
I'm
bro.
just coming to
No,
eat
bro.
some rice and some...
No,
bro.
actually, I
You
think,
come-
I think
you
what
should
we
come and
all
work
want,
here.
at least what
In
I
Tamil,
want
come
is
to
Tamil,
Tamil.
with you, first I will do training under you. But if you're a movie or a hero, I'm doing music.
Come, bro.
But at the end of this, what I have come to the conclusion too is that every week I want 1 hour with you for therapy because I need, you know, whenever
give me a
that
number.
whole week's angst.
We need to get him a robe.
Yeah.
Only. His
He-
voice
no.
is so calming.
Yeah,
No,
and he
I
has his
felt
bird's eye view.
I felt there is the Lord's voice is speaking to me through this.
Sir, it's not, I had gone through all this. I have to find a way to find sanity in this. So it's me deep thinking and trying to find out, devise a way to be sane. That's what.
Yeah, no, but I think
I don't think it's any fun. I think you're also
I
applying
think
the
I'm
same
going to
thing.
schedule appointments with
Imagine
you.
this. I'm so grateful. It's unfortunate that I don't have a personal life at all. But I'm so grateful that I don't have to take my family through this. My family already seen it being in the industry. Imagine making a kid, a family, a lifestyle, school fees, and you don't know if you're even doing the film. After it, 2 days before the release of a film, you can be replaced on our side. So, bhai, idhar acha hai. I am the guy who you said, who made music, everything, got burnt out. Now is on this space, he wants to say it all quickly so that the fans also hear it. After that, phone is off, Twitter is deleted, and I'm leaving for home. And then I'm doing GV Prakash's next film as
That's good.
assistant background music.
As long as you're not in Bora Bora with that ukulele, we're all
Why?
fine.
That is also allowed, sir. Lobster.
Only for holiday.
No. I have to
For
say
holiday.
this. If you have
5
to,
days, 6
if you have to say, I'm saying this, I'm so sorry. That is the most important now for me. For me, you know what was success after Papa or anything? If I can call 2 of the best lobsters on my table, I am successful. Nice lobster thermidor. 2 of them, if it can come, we did it. Music was the way or anything was the way. If that can come, we have killed it in life. For me, it is only that now.
Wonderful. And on that note, thank you all so much for flying down from your places, and thank you, Amal, for making it to this
Such
thing.
a-
And once again, Taman, we kind of missed you. I wish I'd mentioned this earlier, but he couldn't be here. But thank you all so much. It was really educational and it was wonderful.
I guess
Thank
this
you.
is only part 1, sir.
Yeah.
We've not even gone to the music part.
Educational, peaceful, beautiful,
Peaceful, it's beautiful.
sermonized version of angst.
That's going to be my thumbnail. Thank you all. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Title sponsors Ramraj Mrutu Doubles. Mrutu Doubles from Ramraj. Super soft, super absorbent. Grand Royal Tours. We make sweet memories. Anuj Styles. Ragangal Palavidam. Ovondrum Ulagattaram. The Chennai Silks. Let the celebration begins. Presents Galatta Plus Music Directors Roundtable. Supported by Dr. Srivarma's PCR Maharaja Thailam. Bone and Joint Care. Milk Mist. Darling AC Tiruvizha. இந்தியாவிலே மிக குறைந்த மாத தவணையில் ஏசி.